Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo eSports podcast. Episode 145. Mambo number 45. For the week of September 20th, 2020. 2020. Like that shit? My name is Josh, a.k.a. JK Fire. This week I'm joined by the man in the Minnesota Vikings gear, Will, a.k.a. I am Mr. Mayhem. Will, how are you doing on this Sunday afternoon?
I'm doing fine, man. Oh, I'm excited about these. So I've been drinking Zions energy drinks for a while.
Hashtag not an ad.
Not an ad, yes. They've had the same 4 flavors. I was telling Josh, for about 10 years. And today in the store, they had new flavors. I lost my mind. So I'm excited.
Mind has been...
Yeah.
Will, do you think we win against the Indianapolis Colts? I almost did not say it. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was saying right there.
It would have worked.
Philippe Rivers.
You know, I think that after last week, we're going to turn it around.
Okay.
I mean, our offense still put up like 30 points, which is damn good. We just couldn't beat the fucking Packers.
Yeah, it's...
Without preseason, that game to start off the year is so hard because we're putting in players we're not exactly sure how they play or how they're going to do in a game time scenario.
We lost a lot of veteran talent as well.
Injuries, just people bowing out because of COVID, which is understandable.
Yep.
But this year's kind of just weird.
It is.
Because of everything going on. But, you know, we still got football on TV, so that's good.
We do. It's going on right now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a closer game than I want, but I think we pull out the win this week.
Okay. People are saying that the Colts are better than what they did last week. At least they should be. I don't trust Phillip Rivers, but that's just me. But apparently their O-line is really good. And our defensive line is young. So who knows if we're able to get in there.
Yep.
But I agree. I think we'll bounce back this week. I looked at our schedule. First and foremost, let's say this. Welcome, everybody who's tuning in the live show right now. Jordan, welcome. He says, I don't think we win in general. I mean, we are Minnesota sports, so is what that is. What's up, Lunchy? Welcome back as well. And then also, Jordan, thank you for the 6-month resub on a 6-month streak, my man. Woo! There it is. What's up? Every time. Never fails.
You got to do it.
God, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm hopeful. We'll see what happens. We'll have to wait and see. No, but I was looking at our schedule, right?
Yeah.
We have a tough schedule.
Yeah.
Like tougher than I thought. And Josh came in here, other Josh, not me, obviously, came in here and was talking about his beloved Steelers. They have one of the easiest schedules in the NFL. Like,
yeah,
stupidly easy. So we'll see in the non-existent wager between other Josh and myself. I mean, his Steelers have to be better than our Vikings just based off schedule alone. But it is what it is. Will, do you want to know what's coming up on this week's episode of the show?
What do you got?
The future of the HCS is announced. We have also tournament recaps that Will's going to go over. We have which Halo is the best Halo? Who gives a shit? CDL 2021 is taking shape. We have a roster. It's completely announced at this point. And then we have some couple more shakeups, some pickups happening around the league. We have PlayStation, Nvidia, and Xbox. Oh my. And video games to round out the show. Will, let's get started with some competitive news. Pen Halo merch is available right now. You can go to the link that's in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show, right meow, and you can buy some merch, right meow. And next news story. Europa Halo teams and free agent lists. This is by Europa Halo on Twitter, and I quote, to continue our support for EU Halo in the upcoming HCS Halo 5 season, spoiler alert, you can add your team, partial team, or free agent to our list to help you find a team or scrim for practice. So we included in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show a link that you can sign up to be on the list, and then a link to the list itself. So both of those are there. Next up, final Hydra Gaming Ladies Tournament has been announced. This is by Hydra Gaming, and I quote, "We are pleased to announce the last 4v4 HCS Ladies Tournament. We absolutely love this community and cannot wait to expand even more. Be sure to message OHACutie for more information. Starts October 3rd at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with a prize pool of $300, which is subject to change." And finally, the big one, the one that we've been waiting for, the Halo 5 Pro Series announcement. This is by HCS over on HaloWaypoint.com, and I quote, As Halo Infinite continues to bake in the oven, we wanted to provide some updates on what to expect in Halo esports in the near future. Since the announcement of Halo Infinite's shift to 2021, we've been working as quickly as we can with our partners to provide some competition for players to keep busy and sharpen their skills until the HCS returns for Halo Infinite. Our goals include the following. Provide regular competitions for players around the world to compete in. Continue to experiment with new formats and broadcast experiences where it makes sense, and provide support for players of both MCC of Halo 3 as well as Halo 5. So for MCC competition. Just a few days ago, we saw the stunning conclusion to the MCC Pro Series season, with the Last Dance winning in the Open Tournament and then winning in the Pro Tournament immediately after. Congratulations to Goofy, Eco, Gilky, and Trippy. For the remainder of the year, we will be shifting formats to put more focus on Halo 5 once again. We understand there are still many players who love competing in Halo 3 as well as Halo 5, and we wanted to ensure those players can keep competing, especially with the exciting upcoming release of Halo 3 ODST and the highly anticipated Halo 3 hit registration update. Halo 3's format will now shift to a weekly open tournament, and the prize pool has been doubled from $500 to $1,000 due to the continued support of Halo 3 from the community. In order to ensure teams can compete in multiple tournaments, both run by 343 and HCS Grassroots partners, these will now take place each Friday, beginning on Friday, September 25th. Player seeds will still be tracked by Faceit Elo to allow for properly seeded tournaments, but there are no roster transaction restrictions, so you can feel free to compete with whomever you'd like on a weekly basis. See below for the full roadmap. The PC dates for Halo 3 are the following. September 25th, October 2nd, October 9th, October 16th, November 23rd, October 23rd, Jesus Christ, November 6th, November 13th, November 20th, November 27th, December 4th, and December 11th. Halo 5 Pro Series on Xbox. Since the last major Halo 5 tournament nearly 2 years ago, 2 years ago, our focus has been on MCC. We've seen a great response from players, fans, and partners during this time, but we heard feedback that fans of Halo 5, especially those in other regions, were also clamoring to compete once again. The HCS Grassroots tournament partners like Europa Halo, GT Halo, and SWAT Nation have done so much to support Halo 5 fans in the meantime. Thank you. And we wanted to show more official support for Halo 5 in addition to MCC. For the remainder of the year, due to growing feedback from the community, we are shifting the main focus of the Pro Series format to Halo 5 on Xbox, but with two major changes. We've adjusted the format for North American competition, and we've added competition for LATAM, EMEA, as well as ANZ. For the North America format, we will start the season with 2 open tournaments. This ensures we have more Faceit Elo and seeding to go from rather than just one tournament. Will is shaking his head.
Wasn't there issues with Faceit before?
Yeah.
And all their seeding
Yeah.
and whatnot. So I hope this rounds it out and does it right.
I'm surprised they're sticking with Faceit. I mean, I don't know how many other options you have, but I'm surprised they're just sticking with Faceit.
That just might be it, is the options.
Could be. The top 16 teams from the second open tournament will move on to the first Pro Tournament. The Pro Tournament will feature the same format as the MCC Pro Series, where we'll start with a round-robin group stage, 4 groups of 4, which will then feed into an 8-team single elimination bracket. Once again, those 8 teams in the single elimination bracket will qualify for the subsequent Pro Tournament, while the remaining teams must fight through the open bracket once more in the following week. After the conclusion of the second Pro Tournament, we will hold a season championship for the top 8 teams. This tournament will feature a round-robin group stage, 2 groups of 4, which will then feed into a 4-team single elimination bracket where the winner will be crowned season champion. Kind of surprised that's not double elim for the final. But it is what it is.
I like it. More high stakes, though.
Sure.
Maybe.
Well, there's more money on the line, too, which would make me think that a double elim, but it's fine. It is what it is. We got what we got. We will then host another season with the same format. Faceit Elo will remain. 2 seasons. Not bad. North America roadmap and pricing. September 26th and October 3rd are open tournaments with each $1,000. October 10th is the pro tournament for $5,000. October 17th is open for $1,000. October 24th is pro for $5,000. November 7th is the season championship, $10,000 broadcasted on Twitch and YouTube. November 14th, open, $1,000. November 21st, pro, $5,000. November 28th, open, $1,000. December 5th, pro, $5,000. And on December 12th, the second season championship, $10,000 broadcasted on Twitch and YouTube.
This kind of feels like the Pro League without like the relegation thing.
This feels like Pro League with less broadcasts and yes, without the relegation. And I'm all here for it.
Yeah. The open tournament allows amateurs the chance to get in with pros on those pro tournaments
multiple times. That's like your relegation type aspect, right?
But the thing is that you're not relegating any of the top 8 teams to replace them with another team. So
if anything, the top 8 just move on to the next one.
Yeah.
So
it's I think it's a good chance for someone to come through open and then get a chance against the pros. And if you surprise someone, great on you.
Right.
But no, I think it's good. It shines some more light on the amateur squads.
Absolutely. Prize pool increases as well. Added tournaments. That's fantastic. And the fact that there's technically 2 seasons.
Yeah.
That's awesome. LATAM, ANZ, and EMEA format. The remainder of the year will be split into 2 seasons. Each week there will be an open tournament where players are competing for $1,000 in prizing as well as face it ELO. After multiple weeks of competition, the top 8 teams from the final open tournament will qualify for the season championship. The season championship will feature a round robin, 2 teams of 4, group stage, which will then feed into a 4-team single elim bracket. We'll then host another season with the same season format once again. Face it, ELO will remain. Therefore, they do not have pro tournaments. They just have opens leading into the season final. And the roadmap for them includes September 26th, open. All of these are open except the season championship. So September 26th, October 3rd, October 10th, 17th, 24th. Those are all open tournaments with $1,000 apiece. October 31st, season championship, $5,000. November 14th, 21st, and 28th, open tournaments, $1,000 apiece. And December 5th, the season championship, $5,000. So they don't have pro tournaments, and their season championships are reduced by $5,000. But the fact of the matter is they're being included. And they have their own tournaments to go on. And the other thing, too, is this is cool. So I'm torn, but I think I'm more on the side of I like how this is going. So I'm torn because they're not being given the opportunity to play against North American players. But at the same time, you don't have to deal with host and that like server lag and that type of shit in terms of people in other regions. So I think I'm leaning more on the side of that's good that they don't have to deal with that. So there's hopefully better competition. It's just that part of me is like, well, if you want to get better, what's better than playing against the best?
Right. But then I feel like they won't have a good shot at a prize if they're playing against NA.
Right. And there's, like I said, I'm more on the side of this is a good thing, but there is that feeling of, yeah. Also, what's up, Great Red Shift? Welcome as well to the live show. Registration. Registration on Faceit will be available in the coming days. Follow @HCS on Twitter to see exactly when it goes live. We're excited to resume Halo 5 competition, as we're sure many of you are as well, but you might be wondering why we're going with Xbox. We know lots of Halo competitors have been gaming on PC this year as we've experimented with and supported MCC on PC. Support on MCC PC will continue, but we feel the console experience for Halo 5 overall is more stable and reliable for large open competitions and tournaments with larger prize pools. Additionally, only the console version features Observer Mode, which is critical for broadcasting Halo 5 competitions, which we intend to do. All this information, as well as tournament results when they take place, will be featured on halo.gg/Halo5 Pro Series, or H5 Pro Series. We understand that the wait for Halo Infinite has been a long one, and we appreciate all the competitive community's patience as we work to deliver the best Halo title we possibly can. We do not take this lightly. Thank you all for your dedication to competing in Halo, and we wish everyone luck in the upcoming competitions. there you go. The one point I want to make is, of course, the people that are upset that they're not playing Halo 5 on PC. It was obviously stated in the article, but I just want to hit this point home. Tashi, 343, others that work for the company have said multiple times that it's not stable enough and that they're not working on it. They have other bigger priorities to take care of, and that does not include Halo 5 on PC at this time. That's not a bad thing. They're a company that has other things to do.
Well, they're obviously working on Infinite.
Yes.
They have Halo 4 for MCC.
Yes.
And then once those pieces are done, you can put it in the maybe pile, but
right.
I really doubt it at this point.
Right, and they're continually working on seasons for MCC. They're going to continually work on seasons for Infinite. Like, I'm not going to say don't get your hopes up, but keep your expectations in check.
Sure.
You know? And for those that are upset that it's not being played on PC, there's this thing called the internet, and Google use it. It's said multiple times.
I mean, I get the complaint that it doesn't play as well.
Sure.
PC fixes,
Heavy aim's a motherfucker. I get it.
Yeah, PC fixes a lot of those issues.
Yes.
But what's the point in putting on a tournament where you're going to have constant disconnect, map crashes, game restarts? It's not viable.
Right. And those who say, well, all they have to do is just add observer mode, and there you go. It's not that simple. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just not that simple. They don't just flip a switch and be like, observer mode equals on, right? That's not what the fuck that does. There's a lot more that goes into it. There's not a team working on it right now. Okay?
Yeah.
It's just the fact of the matter. Move on. Well, that's it for the competitive news. Upcoming tournaments of the week presented by noobcombo.com. Check out noobcombo.com for other Halo esports needs. Sunday, September 20th, that's today. Esports Arena Halo 5 4v4. Later on today, check that out. I imagine there will be a stream arena. Check it out. Watch it. Love it. Thursday, September 24th. Midnight Halo 1v1 before sunset. They had the before sunrise. Now it's before sunset. Saturday, September 26th, we have the GT Halo Quarantine Schoolyard Halo 5 4v4. It's back! And potentially the last one. So if you're interested in signing up, do so. And let me hit this point home. If you had already registered when they first made this announcement, you need to re-register. Okay?
Due to the Halo 5 announcement.
Thank you.
The Pro Series.
Yes.
They had to redo registration because people were moving over to the Pro Series other than this. Gives people an opportunity to choose what they want to play.
Yes. So please, if you have already registered with the first registration period, after the Halo 5 Pro Series announcement, like Will said, they reopened registration because they're trying to gauge interest now that tournament is taking place as well. Please re-register if you plan on competing if you haven't re-registered already. There you go. And shout out to GT Halo for being so, flexible.
Yeah.
They do incredible work, and
the jerseys are bomb.
Facts. Straight facts. Also on Saturday, September 26th, we have the Halo Project Brazil and Halo Colombia LATAM Super Fiesta FFA. Oh, this brings back to Halo Outpost Discovery a little bit.
The Fiesta FFA. Oh,
the
my
Super
God.
Fiesta FFA.
I got so screwed. Towards the end of, I was screwed from the beginning because I got wrecked by you guys. But
sure.
The last half of the map was literally like plasma pistols or needlers, and I couldn't do anything when you guys have the freaking power weapons.
Oh
the
my
super
God.
power weapons, I should say. But yeah, that was good times.
Also taking place on Saturday, September 26th, and I just happened to include them because they're earlier on. We have the first open tournaments for the MCC. I mean, not the MCC, the Halo 5 Pro Series, Halo 5 tournaments. Okay. So
it's weird to say Halo 5 Pro Series because it kind of flew. It was right off the tongue.
MCC
Pro Series.
Yeah. Yep. So now it's Halo 5 Pro Series. The first two open tournaments, the NA and then the other regions tournaments, are taking place on September 26th as well. And then on Sunday, September 27th, we have the Penn Halo 3 4v4 draft tournament. Sign up for everything. Links provided in the Google Doc or the show notes of the show if you're interested. They're all there. That's it for the upcoming tournaments presented by noobcombo.com. What do we got next?
Roster Mania! All right, just one piece of Roster Mania here. We have an announcement from Druck and his full team. It's going to be Super CC, Talik, Soul Snipe, and, of course, Druck. So look for them out on the playing field.
Yes, that roster announcement was made after the announcement for the Pro Series.
Yep. So they'll be competing in that. And you think they can push through? I mean, we have, Sentinels plus random because APG's gone. Frosty, do you think Frosty's going to come play with them again?
I don't see why not. No, I don't think the CDL teams, I don't think they have Cold War in their hands necessarily.
I think they do.
You think they're practicing right now?
Yeah.
On Cold War?
Well, the alpha was this weekend.
Right. That's true.
Everyone's playing this weekend.
So the question is, do they have the full game or do they have like a beta that they're just playing?
Right. Or a lot of the teams are just going back to World War II because it's the same kind of shooting mechanics, same kind of movement.
Sure. And then I know that, so deadlines for contracts and whatnot, that's passed.
Mm-hmm.
So they must have their teams figured out by now. I don't know. The thing is, so you asked, do I think this team has a chance? I think any team necessarily has a chance. My question is, as you were alluding to with Frosty and whatnot, who comes back?
Yeah.
Do we see Shotzi compete for fun in these?
In my mind, though, this whole series, this season goes through December. In December.
Yep. Into December. So like midway, I think.
Right.
Cutoff.
Are we going to get CDL in before or after that?
So according to, when we get to Con of the Games Watch, in the article that's included in there, like one of the first sentences is that the CDL 2021 season has officially begun. And I'm like, how?
Well,
if by season you mean like the whole thing,
yeah.
I guess, but not gameplay in terms of.
It's like the off season, right?
Sure. Sure. I mean, they should have said that then. Technically
with the NFL,
yeah,
the new season starts with like free agency, right? Because you're signing players for the next year,
right? But that's what they're saying,
right?
They say we're an NFL free agency. It's now time for the NFL Combine. But I don't hear them all. I don't think I hear anyone say
because
the 2020 season has begun.
Because when you say season, they think the
regular season
and the actual games.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why when week 1 of the NFL starts, it's the regular season has begun.
Yeah.
Week 1 of the NFL regular season. Right. I get what they're getting at though. Silly Mikey says they'll come back for Infinite. Okay. So do you not think that Shotzi comes back for this? For
H5? I don't think so. I don't think Shotzi comes back. Frosty maybe because he didn't land on a major squad that we know of.
Yes, that we know of. Yep. And he has been playing with Sentinels. So, but who knows? We're obviously not going to dive deep into the snake bite situation. I just hope that everything's okay and that he comes back soon, obviously. But yeah, I really want to know who comes back, what are the teams going to look like, and the way that they structured this is that they're able to compete in both Halo 3 and Halo 5 if they want. Silly says, no, it depends on the winnings amount. Well, I mean, we talked about the winnings amount.
For this series, it's 5. For 2000, yeah, no. But here's the thing, Frosty right now is not playing in anything technically.
Sure.
So why not make some money
that we know
in Halo?
Of.
Yeah. That we know. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
So why not make, the top prize is $5,000 for the series final and then 1,000
nope. Well,
or $10,000 for them.
It's $10,000 and then it's $5,000 for every pro tournament.
Yeah. So why not make some extra money while you're waiting for CDL?
Yeah. And like this is so weird. I'm excited for next week because I think next week is when we can talk about rosters that are competing and whether or not they're competing in both. That's what I really want to know.
It's Halo 3 and 5 going on at the same time.
Yes. So I want to know if teams are sticking together, if they're playing in both tournaments, or if they're... Because I know a lot of pros have said that they are upset that it's not on PC because of heavy aim and whatnot. So the question is, what? This is such a weird scenario, right? You have pros. Oh, Dave, I'll get to you in a second, I promise. So we have pros who still enjoy playing Halo 3. We have pros who still enjoy playing Halo 5. We have pros who enjoy both. We have pros who hate the heavy aim in Halo 5 on console, understandably so. We have pro players who despise Halo 3, understandable, right? It's, do teams stick together? Do they play in both tournaments? Do teams break up? Do teams only play in one over the other? Who is going to be there? I'm so intrigued by this because we haven't had something where there's both. And you're able to compete in both if you want to. Like, that's, man. Also, Dave with the resub, the 6-month resub. Thank you so much, Dave. The swords have arrived, or the sword of saying Helios has arrived. Woo! There it is. Thank you very much for the sub. Greatly appreciated. What do you think? Think teams stick together?
I don't know. I really don't know.
It's so weird. Do you think Sentinels stays on top? Do you think they come back to being on top and stay on top again?
For Halo 5?
Yeah. For Halo 5. If they compete in Halo 5. Let's say they do.
Well,
but Frosty's there.
Do you think Splice is going to come back without Shotzi? Like Eco, Renegade, Stellar?
So that's, again, like...
We don't know.
Because, hold on. I think it's in here. Give me a second.
Because that was their big competition, right?
So, you have Eco was on The Last Dance, right? Renegade, where the fuck was he? Renegade, I believe, was on a roster. Then what? You had Shotzi and Stellar. Stellar was the fourth, right? I don't know what the fuck Stellar's been up to.
It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
No matter what.
God,
we gotta wait. We gotta wait for some rosters here.
Oh, it's gonna be so fucking weird. I'm excited though. I'm so excited. This is what I've wanted for a long time. You get your Halo 5 back. It's back finally. We have some faster paced competition that's gonna be taking place. Regardless if it's played on console or PC, I think people are gonna be excited that it's back.
Yes.
Halo 5.
I can agree.
Sweet.
All right. That does it for Roster Mania.
Will, what do we got for the Tournament League recaps of the week?
All right. We'll start off with the Esports Arena Halo 5 4v4 results. In 7th to 8th place, we had Team Chosen Legacy and Cutting Edge Esports. 5th through 6th, we had Team Swindle, which was Eli Elite, Furiously, Its Name, and Suppressed. And then All-Stars, Laylox, Noble, Rorch, I don't know, and Sepstars. Okay. In 4th, we had...
It's a name.
Is it Liga Del Mal, Atso, Drift, Pulgat, and Tapping Buttons. In 3rd, we had No Ice. Or No Ice. It's Gold Star BR. You're raging. JK8 or 7. That's 7, not 8. Putting extra tally marks on there. And Brainstorm for $100.
You know what's funny is when I typed that out, I actually also put
8.
Yeah.
Oh.
But then it was 7.
Maybe
so
he should just change it to 8.
He should, because everyone's thinking it already. And by everyone, I mean us. That's it.
All right. In 2nd for your Esports Arena 4v4, Fung 4, Renegade, Soul Snipe, Frosty, and Druck. Taking home $300. And 1st place went to Love God, Saiyan, Bound, Arctic, and Boo Boo Doo Boo.
Love God.
You can boo boo my doo boo all day. $600.
Oh, boy.
All right. Wenzenthal's Halo 5 1v1 Octagon Tournament. I already like the first name. In 5th through 8th, Groovy Ninja, Clutch Domes, McLags, and VIP Horizons.
I like McLags. It's a good name.
McLags. Wasn't it Dom's clan tag for a while, which I'm Probs Laggin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty clever too.
Third and fourth, we had Geology Rock 673 and Terrorize. And second went to Throne, and first went to Suppressed. Suppressed showing his octagon skill.
Doing it up.
All right, SWAT Nation, Headshot Harvest, Halo 5 2v2. This is one of my favorite names. The Headshot Harvest.
SWAT Nation does an incredible job with naming their tournaments.
Right, and we're like moving into fall right now. So like,
yep, it was
harvest, crops. It's that time of year. Yeah, perfect.
I wonder if they're going to do another. What was their Halloween tournament last year? I should probably just go to SWAT Nation's website. Continue, Will. I'm going to look this up.
All right. For the Headshot Harvest, 7th through 8th, we had Scariotti, which was Scariotic Miss Audie, and then ELG, which was Kakashi and Ryan. In 5th through 6th, we had Jade Palace Warriors, which was Fireboy and Marine, and then Golden BRs, which was NSG Serial and the Gold Star BR. In 4th, Legendite, which was Legend and Arsica, which I thought it would have been something with a knight in the name. 3rd, Team Zero, Simply Fear Me and Too Heavy. 2nd, maybe winning, maybe not, Speed and Mista or Mista.
Was close to winning.
I mean, maybe they had a chance.
Yeah, they did.
But
maybe
then,
not.
But then maybe not.
Yeah. Well, they didn't. So spoiler alert on that one.
First place, PG 13 times. Bards and Eurasian.
I like that. It's good shit.
That's good stuff.
PG 13 times with a Z, by the way.
With a Z.
With a Z.
G Fuel Energy Games Grand Final results. Here we go. 7th through 8th, One Trick Pony, Stormy, Employee, Squall-Eye, and Sargoth. And On My X, Hunter JJX, Realize, Display, and Invader. In 5th through 6th, Sentinels, Lethal, Frosty, Royal 2, and APG. Team GM, Tech, Zerka, Maniac, and Ares. In 4th place, Burger Town. Tim's home and native land. Nico, NYC, Munoz, and Rami.
What?
From Fortnite.
Oh.
He was the burger thing, right?
Got it.
Yeah.
Wow. That was an old reference.
That's an old reference.
Holy shit.
What, probably like 2 years ago? Jeez. Showing it.
2 years, super old. Who knew? God, I didn't even remember.
The pace of the internet nowadays. Something from like 2 months ago is now too old.
Something from an hour ago is old. Yeah.
3rd place, The Last Dance, Trippy, Goofy, Ego, and Gilkey taking home $600. 2nd went to Magnanimous, Ryan New Brain, King Nick, and Spartan, $1,000 to them. And first went to Inconceivable, Ace, Boobadoobo, Tuscan, Falcated, taking home $2,400. Poor Spartan. Next up, Halo Australia X Divine Mind, Halo 5, 2v2, Series number 2 results. 7th through 8th, Team Zerza, Monza, and OSP Gym, and Level 20 Thug, Empathetic, and WXZI. I'm not even going to try to say if it's.
I don't know.
5th through 6th, Eminem, Reaver, and Mark Frazier. And then Master Pizza, Bananasaurus in Conflicts. I like that name.
It's a great name. Coming back.
And 4th was IR, Ninjestics, and Haza. 3rd place, A1, that steak sauce, Berserk, and Slays.
It's the second time you've made that fucking reference. 2nd
went to Alley Oops, MF Jr., and Lucas or Lucas? It's Lucas. It's a Q. Yeah, it's a Lucas.
It's a Lucas.
First went to Off, which was Barcode and Piprins.
Very nice.
GG's to everyone who competed this week. And thanks for joining the community stuff, because it keeps it going. Keeps Halo 5 going. Keeps Halo going, and period, really, with everything going on. So,
oh my God. Yep, you're right. Keeps it going.
And that's all we have for the tournament and league recaps of this week.
Thank you very much, Will, for going through those. I appreciate it as always. Okay, let's talk about a couple things here. So I have some quote unquote topics here, right? That we should briefly discuss. So our community, right? The Halo competitive, well, just the Halo community in general, right?
Yeah.
You crack that can open.
I'm excited about my Zions. I gotta try these.
I'm excited for you and your Zions. What flavor is it?
This one's fruit punch.
Oh, wait, they never had a fruit punch?
Nah.
What?
So they had like cran raspberry, cherry lime.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Sure.
They never, like I said, 4 basic flavors.
I mean, fruit punch is a basic fucking flavor. You see fruit punch everything.
That's true. But they never had it. And then the other one was Fuji apple. So
that sounds new. That sounds like a new flavor.
Sure.
God, that's crazy. Okay. Wow.
Fruit punch is really good. And the apple.
I'm glad.
I'm enjoying myself over here.
Will's just having the time of his fucking life. It's crazy. Zion's energy. # not an ad.
For those who haven't noticed on the live stream here, while Josh has been like head down reading, I've been like just dancing over here every once in a while.
Just jiving with some Zions.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God.
Doing good. All right, back to the topics. I'm sorry.
You're fine. You keep grooving. So the Halo community in general is a very divisive bunch, I guess you could say, right? I don't want to try to put a blanket statement on this, but I mean, realistically, you hear somebody take a shit on Halo 2, everybody's up in arms. That's my favorite game, man. Fuck you. You know, you probably like Halo 4, scrub, right? Like, that's the type of shit that we see.
Yeah.
So, Summit put out a clip on Twitch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I commented on this.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to hear what your comment is after we go through this. So, Summit was streaming. He didn't put out this clip. Somebody clipped it. Summit was streaming, and during his stream, he talked about how he believes Halo 5 is the best Halo, I believe, from a competitive or from a multiplayer perspective. He didn't touch on story or anything. That's not his game. That's not his motif.
Yeah, he's never really done story stuff.
Exactly. So from a multiplayer perspective, he said that Halo 5 is the best, hands down. And I'm paraphrasing here, okay? And he was talking about how those who think that, he said that Halo 3 is incredibly slow, and he said go watch old Halo 2 and Halo 3 tournaments, watch how slow it is. And he is talking about nostalgia being a big influencer, right?
Yeah.
So Dave says actual conversation between David and Josh when Josh knocks Halo 2. In terms of me loving Halo 4, yeah, that's a whole fucking thing. Also, oh my God, I'll bring it up later in the show because it's funny, but that's besides the point. So Summit streams, talks about it. Somebody made a clip, posted it, right? Then, oh boy.
Oh yeah.
The community ran rampant. So Green Skull made a video on that Summit clip. Put a link to it as well. You can watch it if you want to. But then APG put out a statement, and I want to read a statement because this is where I'm at, basically. Okay? And I quote, "Every Halo player's opinion on their favorite Halo is always biased and skewed based on the time period you played plus how good they were at it. You're all wrong and all right at the same time. Now please shut the hell up about which is better and just appreciate. Thank you." So I'm basically at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
You came in with Halo 5.
Yeah.
You enjoy Halo 5 more than Halo 3.
Yeah.
I came in with Halo 3. I mean, wait, no, I came in with like Halo 2, but Halo 3 is my most favorite competitive just for the amount that I've watched in the nostalgia period that it was in. Okay? But I also respect Halo 5 and think Halo 5 is a much better competitive game, right? Like in general. As others are saying, I think the skill ceiling is higher. Because they still haven't tapped into the full potential of what that game has to offer. Halo 3 did. So, Will, what was your comment on Summit's clip?
So he talked about the kind of everything you touched on, that the Halo 5, I commented that Halo 5 does showcase skill better because of all the different things in it.
Yes.
Right? He was talking about, everyone, and it's not a knock on Halo 3.
No.
But you can't really see the skill in the BR fights, even though obviously people are better than others. All the BR fights kind of just look the same.
Yeah, it's just individual gun skill at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but it's hard to see. In Halo 5 though, you're getting those quick encounters, the fast shots, the different plays, different angles, and it feels like someone can really showcase their shot, their decision making, their placement, everything. Like it's easier to be showcased in Halo 5 than in Halo 3 or 2.
Agreed.
So I commented on yes, I agree that Halo 5's let me. I wish I could pull up my Twitter right now to find my comment, but it was basically along the lines of, yes, Halo 5 is more exciting to watch. It showcases more skill.
Yep.
And it's, to me, the old Halos are stale. They're boring to watch now because not because they're necessarily boring games or they're bad games. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's boring to me because, like you said, like Halo's just more exciting to watch with the skills that can be shown off and the things you can do. I'm not trying to knock Halo 3 saying it's bad, even though I don't enjoy them personally.
Sure.
And I'll say that like, oh, it's bad because I don't enjoy it, but I'm not saying it was a bad game. Like,
yeah. It's just not for you.
Exactly.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to touch on this. Not somebody's favorite Halo game doesn't need to be your favorite Halo game. And just because somebody's favorite Halo game is Halo game A doesn't mean that Halo game A is shit. It doesn't mean Halo game B is shit. It's just
I feel like
fucking opinion.
I feel like that happens a lot in the Halo community too, where someone will say, I love Halo 5, and then they're taken, if someone says they love Halo 5, it means they think all the other Halos are shit.
Yeah.
But it's not that way. They're just saying they like Halo 5. Like, yeah.
Exactly. And that, I oh my God. And then, okay, so after the fact, Summit put out a tweet that said, wow, something about the Halo community being so divisive, blah, blah, blah. And he said, but I thought we could all agree that Halo 4 is the worst Halo.
Yeah.
And then, of course, after that, everybody that loves Halo 4 was coming out of the woodwork going, I actually like the story. I thought the story was good from a competitive standpoint. Yeah, it doesn't work. Well, duh. Yeah.
Summit's viewpoint, too, is, look, he didn't play Halo 5 to the point where he would have been competitive in it, right?
No.
So his viewpoint,
he doesn't play console.
Right.
He does, but like not.
He didn't play Halo. I bet he's probably ranked 10 or 20, you know?
Yeah. He plays like, he'll play, I think he's played exclusives on PlayStation and whatnot, but he won't play a competitive shooter on a console. That's not what he does.
In my opinion, his viewpoint is coming from a spectator. Not just as a FPS player. It's coming as a spectator.
Well, he did call out Shotzi by name.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely.
So
in a good way, he called him out in a good way,
right.
not a bad way.
And that's the thing, though, when someone says, like, you have to take the context around the comment because, like you said, people are coming at him about the story side of the games.
Right.
And he's like, he doesn't
care.
Give a shit about the story. He's just there for the shooting.
Yeah.
You know?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. He doesn't give a shit about the story.
So, yeah.
Or maybe he does. And he just didn't talk about it. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, but that's the thing. The story was never brought up in those comments.
No.
So.
No.
But yes, at this point, you like what you like.
Right.
Why attack other people for what they like?
Right. Their opinion's not wrong.
I mean, it is the internet.
It is.
And if
you don't have the same opinion as somebody else, then you're wrong. It's like, it's not, oh my God. Grow up, people.
Why can't we be friends?
Seriously. Like, find something to enjoy. Like, either find something to enjoy about every Halo game that's out there, or if you just simply don't like a Halo game, then you don't like it. Move on. It's not for you. Who cares? Somebody else talks about it. Don't join in that conversation. It's not for you. Whoop-de-doo-dah. Nobody needs to hear that you hate something 5 times in a row. Or 1,000 times.
Or just know that it's not for you, and that's all you need to say. Like, hey, I just don't, Halo 3 is not for me.
Yep. It's fine.
You don't need to go say, people who play Halo 3 are trash and don't know what good, like that happens all the time. It gets infuriating.
Right. Silly says, I think competitive Halo 5 is probably the most fun to watch, but to me, I still think 343's best Halo game isn't as good as Bungie's worst Halo game. That's fine. You can have that opinion. I for one, it's like, people throw fun shit at me all the time because we do a competitive Halo show. Mm-hmm. We talk about other stuff too, but we do a competitive Halo show, and I actually like Halo 4's multiplayer. Like, that's it. It's a joke that's jabbed at me all the time. Like, ask Heavy Rainfall. It's thrown at me all the time. Speaking of which, now, and I always have to mention that from a competitive standpoint, no, Halo 4 doesn't work. That game just doesn't work. But from a fun, casual multiplayer experience, I like Halo 4. Now,
I really wish we could do an episode where we get someone on who worked on Halo 4's multiplayer and just be like, what was the direction?
Prepare for the hate on that one.
No, because listen.
No, I'm joking, kind of. Why did you have somebody come out and talk about the competitive aspect of Halo 3? Like, that's what I'm waiting for.
Sure. But no, I'm just
Halo
saying,
4 is the true game.
Because yes, Halo 4 didn't work competitively, but
yeah,
the multiplayer is fun.
Yeah.
Like from a casual standpoint, it is fun. And
it is.
It's looking at Halo's history, like 1 was never meant to be a multiplayer game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Halo 2, it was the start of competitive first-person shooters like that, right? On console. I feel like they stumbled upon something, and then, Halo 3 had the projectile shooting.
Yeah.
Some people say, it was MLG's heyday during that era.
It was, absolutely. Yep.
So then, you get ODST and Reach, which Reach was kind of,
Reach was very divisive.
Yeah. It brought in the jetpacks. It brought in
armor abilities.
Yep. So then you get 4, but that has
it doubled
requisitions, loadouts.
It doubled down on the moving the franchise. If I use the word forward, people are going to be upset because people think that it regressed. But yes, it feels like a Call of Duty game a little bit more than a traditional Halo title, but I still feel it has that Halo feel.
Yeah.
It just has more Call of Duty aspects.
Sure.
So, and when you have a franchise that does as well as Call of Duty does year over year, Halo can't necessarily remain stagnant. I'm trying to choose words a little bit more carefully here.
Right.
Because I don't want them to be taken out of context. You know what I mean? Silly says, I think that's just 343 not wanting to copy paste Bungie. And it's not.
I mean, yeah. Part of that is true because you don't want to put the same game out twice.
No.
Then what's the point?
Exactly. And we talk about how Call of Duty has the same formula for every game, but every game still plays and feels a little bit different. Yeah. They're not the same game.
I was talking to a couple people last night who generally buy the Madden every year. And they were finally like, no, we're done.
This is the same
because
game.
Madden 21 is literally the same game.
Yep. They reused assets.
Yep. And they showed there was a thing on Twitter for Madden that showed like the coach animation, the player animation, and then like the Super Bowl winning animation, all the same over like the last, since like 2012, right? It's all the same.
That's so frustrating.
It's just like different camera angle on the same animation. So
now, you know what? I feel worse. Like, obviously I feel bad for the people who, well, actually I don't feel bad for the people who are buying it. You're buying it. It's your decision. I feel bad for the developers because I imagine, I don't know, but I imagine they're getting pushback like from EA and whatnot to be like, just put it out. You have to put it out every year. Just put it out.
Yep. Yeah. And if you think about it, like people are more worried about the core gameplay of the game, not the animation after you win a game. Right.
Right.
But Madden, the last few years have come out with too many glitches.
Yep.
Too many issues.
Agreed.
But yes, talking about copying, pasting, it's tough. You don't want to do that because now there's a ton of backlash on Madden. There's a ton of backlash. For me, I have a friend group that's excited about 2K. And some of them did get it on PS4, and I'm like, why? It's a copy paste until the PS5 comes out. Then the new NBA 2K game is going to be brand new on PS5.
As they're touting.
Yes.
Who the fuck knows that that's true? But it's what 2K is saying.
Yeah.
So is that we focused our efforts on the next gen versions of this game.
Right. So.
But that's the worst, quote unquote, excuse a publisher should have right there. Is that, hey, we're focusing on next gen. Fuck you, other people. Here's a reskin version of the same game, basically.
Right. They should have just not put that game out, in my opinion.
Yeah. They should have just waited.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
whatever.
I mean, it's sales, right?
It is. Oh yeah, it's money.
And they did a bundle deal where you could buy, for $90 instead of, 120, you can get both versions. But
Good
still.
Lord.
Anyway. Yeah, so the copying pasting thing. Yeah, you never want to copy paste a game.
No. You always want to try to push
a next iteration.
Yes, you want to try to push a franchise forward. And not everything is going to hit. Not everything. But you don't know until you try something.
Right. So that's why I was saying with Halo 4, I want to know why they chose the specific elements they did in that game.
Sure.
Were they, people accuse them of chasing trends. Were they Were they trying to just go towards Call of Duty route, or was it like something to the effect of, I mean, they had to see the trend that Call of Duty was on, but they need to make it feel like a modern game. They can't just re-put out an old game from 2007 that, like, they'd say, well, why aren't we just playing Halo 3 still, or Halo 2? So anyway, do you think, so Summit did comment on the nostalgia part being a big factor in why people love Halo.
I think it absolutely does. It's we had our rose tinted glasses episode. It's that exact same thing.
Where people are, they enjoy Halo because it was their heyday of Halo.
Right. Like when we play MCC during part of the play date, right?
Yeah.
It's not because I think the game is bad. I think the game is great. But when we get a game of Halo 2, I feel a little bit more dread when we get a game of Halo 2 versus when we get a game of Halo 3, where I'm like, I'm decent at this game. Like I'm decent at all of them. I'm not great. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. It's just part of me is happier when a Halo 3 game comes in versus a Halo 2 or a Halo 1 game.
I can agree to that.
And that's just because I played Halo 3 a lot more than those other two titles. Halo 3 was my first midnight release game I ever went to. I played so much Halo 3 versus the other titles. It's like, yes, it's all nostalgia. It's all nostalgia. Absolutely. He hit that nail on the head. Absolutely. Silly says, but I think they went too different. Like Gears 4 wasn't epic. It was Coalition, but they played it safe. They didn't go too different. Sure.
So you're saying with Halo 4, it's not too different than Call of Duty? Is that the comparison?
No, he's saying Halo 4 went too different versus the formula.
Too different. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, but like I said, it's like there comes a point in time where, I mean, we saw Gears' multiplayer drop off immediately with Gears 5.
I'm going to make a comparison here that might not be direct.
Sure.
But the God of War reboot, right?
Yep. Great game, by the way.
So you had the first set of God of War games.
Yes.
And the new one was basically reimagined, right?
By first set, are you talking about
like the
because there were others. Like there were 2 PSP games.
Right.
There was Ascension. I know what you're getting at. I'm just giving you shit.
But like
the reboot, yes.
they rebooted it. They reinvented it.
Yes.
And
they reimagined it.
So yeah, like, does Halo need almost a reimagining at this point because everyone's stuck in this like old thing? But you know what I'm saying? Like they made a great new game of God of War, and they brought in a completely different elements that just worked, and it made the game feel more connected.
They kept that visceral, heavy feeling combat in that game. Not heavy in like this is slow or anything. Like God of War is a fast-paced game.
Yeah.
God of War's combat, the reboot's combat, has that, like, it can be faster paced if you'd like. It can be methodical.
Right.
It feels good. It feels like a God of War game. Everything else obviously shaped a little bit differently, but it still kept that core. Oh, this feels like what a God of War game would be in 2018.
Yeah, it came out 2018.
Yeah. So I'm hoping, I don't think Halo necessarily needs to go that far, because we've already heard that, and we've already seen that Halo Infinite is a reimagining, right? It's a spiritual reboot for the franchise. So it keeps those core Halo gameplay mechanics.
So
which sprint has become a core gameplay mechanic.
Yeah.
Which is not bad. It's just different.
So part of me that struggles then with Halo is the iterations have all been different.
Yes.
Halo 1 to 2 to 3.
And that's the thing
4,
that people
to Reach to 5. It's all been different.
We've talked about that so often too, and I think that's the thing that people forget. Or not necessarily forget, but just like, every Halo game is different. Every single one of them. The shooting style between 1, 2, and 3 is drastically different.
Yeah. So it's for me, like, I couldn't imagine trying to bring something to a Halo game because it's all been different, and I feel like you can't go back on any certain routes,
right?
Because do you bring back projectile shooting? Do you
bring back health packs?
Yeah, Halo 1 with the giant reticle for the pistol, or
the change from Halo 1 to Halo 2, where Halo 2 had nearly no fall damage. I mean, obviously, if you fell from incredibly high height, then that's different. But they basically got rid of fall damage. They got rid of health packs, all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they've made, that's the thing, in terms of that mechanic, they've made iterative changes throughout the years. Like with Halo 5, you have shields, right? And you have health. You don't have to pick up a health pack, but you do have a health bar after your shields, which will go back over time when your shields regen as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you have, again, iterative changes over these mechanics that have made Halo what it has been. But every game is different. Dave says, they keep the combat loop that we loved and empowered it. That feels like such a loose term to them. Spiritual reboot.
Yeah.
What are we rebooting? The Banished aren't the original enemies. Why aren't we fighting the Prophets? It's not a reboot if we aren't trying to start from square one, right? Or am I crazy?
Well, I mean, no, because
that's what spiritual reboot means.
It's not a reboot of the story, though.
Correct.
It's a reboot of like the game itself.
It's a spiritual reboot. It's not a remake.
But did we even? Okay, but seeing the gameplay that we did,
yeah,
is it really a reboot? I mean, it's all slide, sprint, clambers there.
They're trying. One of the things they talked about was they're trying to make it feel, at least in that opening area that we were in. It's not at the beginning of the game, but they're trying to make it feel as though from Halo 1 when you're stepping on the Halo ring for the first time.
That it's this giant thing.
Yes, it's this giant thing, and for the first time ever, like this is quote unquote fully explorable, right? You'll unlock segments and you can explore them and you can do whatever. It's a spiritual reboot. It's not a remake, and it's not treading old waters. It's new while feeling familiar. It's new while feeling familiar. Silly says, but I think the gameplay loop is always the same grenade shoot melee in Halo 1, 2, and 3. That's true. That is true. That was what they call it, the Trinity.
Triad.
The Halo Trinity or something like that. Yeah. So they're trying to play to our nostalgia. It kind of is what that feels like. Kind of like what Will was talking about with the spiritual, I mean, God of War.
It was technically a continuation because he's older with the beard.
Yeah, his kid.
This guy has a kid
Yep.
in a different realm.
Yep. Exactly. So I don't know. I feel like we're getting a little bit too hung up on the spiritual reboot aspect of it.
Sure, I'm just trying to think. We went on a tangent here.
I mean, yeah, but it's good tangent.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say this. I don't think any Halo game is bad. People have their opinions, and that's fine. It's your opinion. But don't shut on other people for having their opinion.
I'm stuck in this mindset of each Halo game has been different. They all have the core things, right? Like you said, shooting, grenade, melee, that's all there.
Yep. And that, I mean, for all intents and purposes, that is the same in the other more advanced movement Halo titles as well. They just have an added layer of complexity with advanced movement.
So
that's all it is.
But my brain is like, they're all so different games. They're almost like they're not like, yes, they're all Halo because they have the Halo aesthetic, the things, but they're almost
they have the essence of a Halo title.
Yeah, but you can't they're all their own separate game. Like it's all so different that it's It's almost like
they're Halo in titles, characters, weapons, aesthetic.
Right, but mechanics.
The base mechanics are all there.
Base mechanics, yes, but the other mechanics have all been so different.
Yes.
Armor abilities, equipment in Halo 3 that wasn't in previous Halos.
Correct. Ordnance in Halo 4.
There's been all these different.
And then you have the advanced gameplay mechanics that are defaulted to every Spartan in Halo 5. Like every one of them is different. Yo, what's up, Shane? Welcome back, man. Pumped for the Halo 5 announcement? Absolutely, man. Very excited as well.
So for me, bringing it all back when, when people are shitting on other people for what Halo game they like.
Yep.
You can't really, each game's so different that you
right.
like what you like, and they've all been different. It's almost difficult for someone to like every single game in the Halo series from the competitive side. Now, when we talk about story, the people on that side of those games, they love Halo 4.
Yeah.
Because of the story the campaign that was attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird that this Halo community is so split compared to everything else.
And it is very weird. It's very weird. But like you said, it's the internet. People are people.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So the last piece here is the Halo 5 Pro Series and community tournament organizers. Will, did you want to open this one up?
Yeah. So I saw on Twitter over the week with the new Halo 5 announcement that
Halo 5 Pro Series.
Halo 5 Pro Series, that organizers are a little bummed about this because the community organizers, their tournaments are going to suffer because a lot of the players are going to go play in the Pro Series. And it's just kind of this weird situation where the organizers who have been carrying Halo and Halo 5 throughout the droughts are now getting diminished, you could say, because of the major announcement. But on the other hand, you do have an official HCS announcement with bigger prize pools. It's overall good for the scene, but I feel a little bad for these community organizers.
I can understand that for sure.
So,
Will and I were talking about this briefly before we started recording, but my point is, like I said, it's why we shouted out GT Halo earlier as well for being so flexible with the announcement that took place with the Halo 5 Pro Series and their GT Schoolyard event that's going to be taking place. The thing, I think it's unfortunate for those who had Halo 5 tournaments planned for Saturdays, because that sucks. Because I mean, people are usually off on Saturdays, easier time to compete, so on and so forth. And then it really just depends on how they want their tournaments set up. If it's Saturdays, it could be more difficult, but at the same time, it's thinking about it further. A lot of these community run tournaments are not just straight up HCS settings 4v4.
True.
Right? You have your SWAT Nation events. You have your all ladies tournaments with Hydra. You have leagues that take place. You have these offshoot FFA tournaments that are taking place. We had that 1v1 Octagon. You may have a Halo 4 tournament thrown in there for good measure. Who the fuck knows? And so the thing that I love about the community tournament organizers is that they're giving more and more people an outlet to do something different and not necessarily just do the 4v4 HCS stuff. Now for the tournaments, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. Something just popped in my mind, but finish your...
Oh, all I was going to say is for those who did want to compete in other community tournaments for Halo 4, for 4v4 HCS settings, I feel like it is going to be more difficult. And for those that are frustrated, I understand completely.
I understand. But something popped in my head during this too while you were talking.
Go ahead.
Like, look at GT Halo though. They didn't complain about it.
Nope.
They didn't say, "Oh, this sucks." They were like, "Hey, because of the new announcement, our registration reopened. We're still running the tournament. We're still going to do our thing."
Yep.
I think that's more people need that mindset and stop playing blame game, so to speak, or just being down about it. Just take it in stride, take the punch, and move forward.
Exactly. There's literally nothing else you can do.
Right. And there is something, there's nothing you can do at this point. And like I said, it's just the internet that people who feel like they need to speak up, and there is something to that the loudmouth gets fed or whatever. Yep. But sometimes there's so much negativity going on that I'm so turned off by every little bit of it recently. So,
Jordan, if you're taking off, hope you have a great rest of your day, bud. Yeah, it's, and the other thing too is that with that GT Halo re-registration announcement, they've had a lot of people sign up already. So it's clearly people still care. And yeah, the thing that I always say is that more competition is better, right? Giving opportunities for players to compete however and whenever they want is great. And yeah, it does suck if you had events planned for the same day around the same time. It just means more creativity needs to happen, I guess. And I don't mean that in a negative sense. It just, like you said, take it in stride, do what you can, and that's it.
Like you kind of always knew the HCS is around. They're going to do stuff. And then this is a good thing to realize what your player base might be like when Infinite hits, right?
Yeah.
Because if you want to continue doing what?
Oh, we're losing.
Oh, yeah. Another safety on Kirk Cousins this week.
Are you looking?
Yes, I saw it.
Okay.
But yeah, this is a good, I mean, take this as an opportunity to learn what your, if people are leaving to go play H5, what your player base might be like when Infinite comes on. Realize what you need to do to get people into your tournaments, to get your views, whatever it might be. Because when Infinite launches, you best believe there's tournaments going to be taking place, and a lot of them. So make yourself stand out. Do great production can do that. Great, in between game stuff. Good casting. If you have the formula to make a good broadcast, it could be successful from a community standpoint. So.
Exactly. And it just gives more opportunities for those who are doing those things too. So, Will,
all right,
time for some regular news. Halo 3 ODST release date has been announced for PC. This is by Halo, and I quote, Halo 3 ODST will officially arrive on PC as part of the Master Chief Collection on September 22nd. Suit up, strap in, and prepare to return to New Mombasa. Remember, folks, along with that release comes the Halo 3 hit registration update that we have all been desperately fucking waiting for. Thank God. Also, Will, breaking news. Halo Collector put on a tweet. Halo Infinite Standard Edition at Best Buy will come with a steelbook and a Master Chief little statue.
The Standard Edition?
The Standard Edition.
Interesting. Yep. $70.
Let's see.
Ooh.
Never mind. This isn't standard.
Is it like the special edition?
I don't know. It says it's regularly $130, but on sale for $115. And it says coming soon. Something seems weird.
Something seems off here. It's a debate. It's a debate.
Oh, wait. No, hold up. That statue is $60 on its own, and the steelbook is $10 on its own.
So, but that would not make it the standard edition.
No, it just sounds like they have a bundle that you can buy
with the statue.
With the statue and the steelbook, and I imagine they're going to be sold separately because there are separate SKUs. It is a package deal.
Gotcha.
So, there's that. So yeah, still no collector's edition announced yet, but your boy's getting that shit. Cool. Well, there is that. Well, that's it for the regular news. Not a whole lot. God, another games to watch. CDL. Let's talk about it. Big news. Big news, Will. Call of Duty League transitions to PC with controller. Call of Duty's Challengers goes crossplay. This is by the Call of Duty League. Platform transition. Today, the league is announcing it will move pro team competition to PC plus controller beginning with the 2021 season. This means that all pro matches will be played on PC and all pro players must use a league-approved controller of their choice. As part of this transition, Call of Duty League competition will maintain exclusive use of controllers for the upcoming season. This change provides players with expanded choice of controller, allowing them to select the league-approved controller style that works best for their game. More details and rules pertaining to peripherals will be released at a future date.
Question.
Answer.
Are they providing the pro players with computers then? Because doesn't every PC technically should be the same for the same settings, same graphics, same...
Maybe?
You know what I mean?
Maybe that's talked about in contract negotiations.
So this would have had to have been approved. So contracts are between the players and the orgs, not the
right. So maybe it's the orgs that's providing
the PCs
on behalf of the league.
So on top of a COVID year,
I don't know. This is a guess.
This is more money a team would have to spend.
Now,
either way,
keep in mind that you don't need a fucking top spec $3,000 computer to run Cold War.
But wouldn't you want to provide
Sure,
your
I'm
team?
just saying you don't need that. You can have a $1,000 PC probably run that thing at 1080p max settings. I'm just saying.
Nowadays, maybe.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like
actually, I still have my 1060.
Sure.
But I can't run 1080p max.
Yeah, it's a 1060.
But I'm saying, like, I had to spend more than $1,000 to build my computer.
Sure. At that time.
Sure.
Yeah. Talking about right now.
Yeah.
Right now. Fine, fuck it. $3,000 PCs for everybody. Who gives a shit? Just give them to every player.
I'm just curious at how that works.
I don't know. That's a great question, though.
Who's providing?
Who's providing for the family right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Call of Duty Challengers goes crossplay. For the first time in Call of Duty esports history, competitors will be able to compete online in Call of Duty Challengers on their platform of choice across console and PC. We'll continue to test platform hardware and make restrictions if necessary. Players are required to use controllers. Mouse and keyboard peripherals will not be allowed. Any LAN Challengers events that take place during the season will be played on PC. Competitors may plug in their league-approved controller of choice. More information on changes to Challengers, including rules, regulations, and how the league will monitor competition will be revealed in the coming weeks. I'm glad because...
Cheaters on PC.
Well, not only that, but frame rate restrictions on console.
Oh, yeah.
So, are we talking about our previous generation included? Or is it just next gen with PC? Because next gen is going to play it at 120 FPS. Current gen is locked at 60. PC can play whatever you want. How's that going to factor in, right? So we have seen there are videos everywhere showing that playing at a higher FPS, depending upon your skill level, obviously, can help. So
this is why I almost wish they would have just stuck with PlayStation because of all these. But I get,
considering how long that partnership has been in place, I'm surprised too.
I do understand the benefits of getting a broadcast from PCs.
Yeah.
But man, the PlayStation thing was this was a shock because you're right. PlayStation was there forever.
Yep. And like you said, the cheaters on PC are fucking terrible.
Yeah. And so now you have a challengers where you don't know the pros as well.
Yep.
Or the players as well. They're playing from home on their own PC.
Yep. Or console.
Yeah.
Depending. Who the fuck knows what's included. So, but like they said, it'll come at a later time for rules. Yep. Yeah. And then dedicated Challengers broadcasts. During the inaugural season of the Call of Duty League, we introduced dedicated broadcasts throughout the 2020 Call of Duty League Challengers season. For the 2021 season, we're planning to introduce new programs that will continue to spotlight top Challengers talent throughout the year. We're not ready to share specific details on this yet, but we'll be releasing more information in the coming weeks. So you go. Just stay tuned. But this sounds promising.
It does. It does.
Yep. Giving players more choice is always a good thing. Mm-hmm. Like you said, I hope that they are providing PCs because if they're not, then that's less choice. Realistically. Speaking of which, let's say it stayed on PlayStation. Would the league provide them all PS5s?
Oh, that's a good point.
Right?
Probably not.
How did they secure that stock when it releases?
Wow.
Because we're going to talk about pre-order snafus in a little bit.
Huh.
Right? Because I don't think you'd stay on PS4.
Not with what's coming out, no.
Unless the PS5 turns out to
poop the bed.
Yeah. And I don't want it to. Obviously, I don't want it to, but like it's the first release of that console. You never know what could happen. We saw what happened with Xbox 360. You never know what could happen.
Yeah.
So who knows? Would they stick with PS4? Would they give everybody PS5s? Huh. Crazy.
Yeah.
Love to be a fly in the wall in that room. You know?
Right. Like, do you provide or do you not? Because
right.
Like, if you think about it, what esports used to be is everyone's competing on their own, and then they show up to events where the consoles are provided, but that's because it's a tournament organizer.
Yeah, it's a LAN event.
I feel like the orgs are going to provide at this point. The league is still going to provide the consoles and PCs at the event,
but the organizations provide them to the players themselves.
Yep. So if I bet they get a choice, right? I'm sure the orgs the orgs are going to provide for the main team, right? Not their challengers team, but their actual team. They'll provide the PCs because you want to give your team the best shot to win.
Yep.
It's like if the Vikings said, "Oh yeah, we're not providing a weight room." What? Like, no. Right?
That'd be fucked up.
Exactly. So
it's kind of weird though. Dave says, I think it's the organization as well. When you join the NFL doesn't provide you
plays. I'm pretty sure that
your coach does. Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. As with everything, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
CDL 2021 Roster Mania.
There you go.
You know what's funny? I saw you looking at me.
Yeah.
As in,
I know.
You gave me the look that I'm going to press the button. And then I saw that look and I paused because I'm like, he's going to press the button. I'm proud of that wavelength we were on right there. Minnesota Rocker, our roster has been officially announced. Will, I'm excited to hear your thoughts. We have Priesta, Attach, Accuracy, and Major Maniac. Major Maniac and Priesta coming from the Atlanta FaZe. Accuracy coming from the New York Subliners. Was that correct?
Yeah.
Was Attach on that team too?
I think so.
So 2 from 2 teams?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I didn't know what to think at first. I started watching Priesta stream and he is great.
Yeah, he's one of the best players in the world.
He's so good. And my question mark for the year is Major Maniac. While he is the veteran talent, can he keep up with what's going on in the league and the play style of the game? And this game in particular, with the way it's built with the lanes and only 4v4, it's going to be more important on individual gunfights. Who's going to be the weak link? I have a feeling it's going to be Major, but then again, he's going to be a main AR sitting back. Maybe this will actually play to his strength to be able to be in that position. I like it. I like our squad.
I do too.
You look at Dallas, you look at Chicago. Going to a 4v4 allowed more teams to pick up more power players. Mm-hmm. I think the gap is going to be closer this year than it was last year.
Yes, because as with everything, right, the end goal is to win champs. That's the whole end goal.
Yeah.
Therefore, all these roster shakeups, us dropping our entire roster, the switch to 4v4 again, the goal is to beat Dallas. That's it. You want to beat the previous champs.
My question with our team is who's going to we have Brian, right? The coach.
Yep.
But we saw Priesta and Major be on that FaZe squad that their strategy wasn't there, right? They could slay, they could kill, they could move around the map.
And they were fast.
But where was their strategy, right? That was their downfall against
Wasn't
Dallas.
Cohesive.
Yes. And then you have Attach and Accuracy. I'm questioning that they're both come from the Subliners now. I don't remember. But
I'm trying to remember.
I want to know who brought up that Subliners team at the end, right? Like who was I don't recall their plays. We probably should talk to Maddie because he was a Subliners fan.
It's true.
But But yeah, I think this roster can do some damage, and I'm excited. I hope they continue to do well, and hopefully they're the next all-stars in waiting.
Agreed.
You're looking up the subliners right now, I take it?
Trying to.
Get that information. We'll continue on here while he's doing that. The New York subliners did pick up Clayster. Oh, yes, Josh.
Yes, they were both on the New York subliners last season.
With Mac and
Zuma.
Zuma.
Wait, no, not Zuma. They had attach, accuracy, temp. And Mac.
Yep. Josh is looking like he's confused.
No, because Zuma...
They did a roster change.
So he came from FaZe. According to what I'm seeing.
Was Zuma like their 5th? Or their 6th?
Their previous team was FaZe Clan itself for Zuma. Never mind. Forget we say. It doesn't matter anymore. All right. Attach and accuracy came from New York subliners. There we go. That was our question. We got that answer. Good Lord.
Right. New York subliners pick up Clay. So good pickup. Veteran talent. Won a champ last year. Can he continue? We'll find out. You'll have to wait and see.
Yes.
Atlanta FaZe picked up Arcity. So they lost Priesta and Major Maniac. So it's the Tiny Terrors, Arcities, and I don't remember the 4th. Simp Abizi, Arcities, and it's going to come to me. I always forget this dude's name.
Why
Celium.
am I? Thank you.
Celium.
Why the fuck was I forgetting that? So the subliners picking up Clay. We saw them make a turn towards the midway point of the season when they made their roster change. They started picking up steam. But then they dropped half their roster, basically.
Yeah.
They picked up Clay, yes, veteran talent. Great to see. But like you said, we don't know how well they're going to perform. We don't know if Clay still got it. Who knows? Atlanta picking up Arcities. That means more than likely that his brother is now separated again from him.
And he hasn't been picked up, from what I know.
Who the fuck knows what's going to happen there? They're both good.
Yeah, Arcities goes back to being his main AR role now, which he wanted. He was kind of a flex on the Huntsman. And that's scary, knowing that he gets a AR in his hand with the Tiny Terrors running subs around.
Yep.
So good luck.
That's scary.
And then with Huntsman losing Arcities, they're down to 4. They also let go of, because it's now Formal, Scump. They picked
Envoy.
up Dashy and Envoy. Yep. So who was they let go of
the
Arcities and one other.
Pristini.
Oh yeah, Pristini was with. You're right.
Yeah,
they did pick him up. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see where people land and how this goes. But
yep. Those are the ones that I could find right now.
With all of with going from 5-player squads to 4, you're seeing the skill gap close even more with these teams forming. It is a Treyarch game, so it's going to feel a little different.
Yes.
I can't tell if the kill time's shorter or longer, based off the alpha footage we saw.
Oh, I don't know.
But I think it's going to be interesting. Like you said, like people were saying online, is with 4v4, it just makes each kill, each death more important. So
absolutely. Are we ready to continue?
Yeah.
Facebook Gaming makes moves. This is by Facebook Gaming. Did you see this?
No.
So I just included a link to the article. We don't need to talk about it a lot, but the whole music DMCA stuff that's been happening, right?
Yeah.
Facebook Gaming announced that they're working with
music execs.
Yep. To make it so licensed music can be streamed via Facebook gaming.
Wow.
The article goes into more detail. I recommend you read it if you're interested. There's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts in there, but it did say that they are working with them because they want to provide you an avenue to do so. So that is a huge move. Facebook has a lot of money. Facebook's a very large company.
I was always curious because a lot of like the argument is that people are using music, other people's music, to upgrade the quality of their stream or, you know, get views from what music they like. But it's never about that. It's you know, about the content and the
it's
person
just having
themselves.
something on in the background.
So I always thought, like, if you could like tie your Spotify to your Twitch or your Facebook gaming account and prove that you're paying for the music you're listening to, why can't you just listen to it then?
Right.
I get it that it's the fact that you're using someone else's music who owns the rights to it, because then you run into the thing of like just playing music and not like actually streaming or something like that.
And then at the same time, if you run ads on your channel, if you're streaming for profit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have music playing, they're not getting a cut of that.
Right.
It's just you. So it's a very gray area there.
Yep.
But part of me is like, obviously I want musical artists and whatnot to get paid. They obviously deserve to get paid. They're creating the content. It's just, and this is going to be a shitty example because with Spotify, right, we pay for Spotify Premium.
Mm-hmm.
Spotify isn't paying the artists an incredible amount of money either because they also need to keep afloat, but that's not really an excuse. They like I said, the artists deserve to get paid. They're the ones creating the content. But then there's that part of me. It's like, well, I'm paying for Spotify. Therefore, part of it feels as though if I have it playing on a Bluetooth speaker and people in my house are able to hear it, what's the difference?
Sure.
You know, but it's so weird. It's such a gray area.
I think that it would be smart for not super popular artists, but like some mid-tier artists who are maybe up and coming.
Yeah.
To be played on like Ninja stream. Like if Ninja's like, hey, check out this artist, like pay to have your music on a big influencer stream.
Or
like,
not, it doesn't even need to be paid. It could, like, if that large streamer is just into it.
Yeah.
You know, people ask all the time, hey, what song is this? And sometimes they'll have like a song command where you just type it in, it'll tell you what song it is.
Right.
Right. So like I see that all the time. It's free advertisement.
Yeah. For that music.
Yes, it's free advertisement. And that's when you see T-Pain and whatnot. And he also streams, but you see T-Pain come out and talk about he's fine with you use his songs on stream because he wants, like, it's free advertisement. He even said it. Go ahead, Deadbolt.
Deadbolt said, sounds like Spotify should create a commercial tier that costs more for more than $9.99 a month that allows streamers to rebroadcast.
That could be a good workaround.
Yeah.
Because then hopefully the artists get more of a cut.
I mean, I've looked into it for our own videos and whatnot, but there are sites out there where it's expensive, like $100 a month. And they put music on their site that's free to use, basically, and won't get taken down. And it's from like legitimate music creators. And that's how the creators get paid, is through the site. And $100 a month is a lot for a subscription.
Yeah.
But that's easier than trying to get the rights for music, but from the big companies. So that site, you're not using like well-known music, but it's good quality, whatever you want to find, hip hop music, all that stuff.
Right.
So, if Spotify were to do something like that, it would have to probably be like a $20 to $30 thing a month minimum, maybe more. Because if you're then going to have to pay the artist and the owner of the music, it's funny because
the record labels,
it's the labels that are taking down this, and it's the labels that make the money, not the artists themselves. So that's the shitty part about it.
Really is. But yeah, all that. Check out that article because, like I said, this is a big move that kind of came out of nowhere is what it looked like.
Yeah. So if Facebook does make this happen, I would love to see how and what are the stipulations of it. So either way.
And then Deadbolt says, or even the labels themselves, Warner Media streaming service. There you go. They do this for big movies and TV shows. Just need to find the middle ground between an expensive movie production and an individual listener. I'd be scared though, because what's to say that they come out with their own streaming service and they remove all their artists' music from Spotify, Apple Music, or whatever? Like, no, you want to listen to them? You have to listen to them here with our streaming service. I'm not saying they would do that, But
if they
money's money.
Right.
They have that opportunity. But then again, I can see a business backlash as well with the amount of subscribers that Spotify has, that Apple has.
Yeah.
You know, that they'd be losing out on a lot of money because a lot of people would not jump ship. There would be those that do, but I imagine a lot wouldn't, depending upon the artist. So it's hard. This is why Pretzel Rocks and Monster Cat are around. Oh, yeah. Yep. Monster Cat with, yeah. Yep. It's true. It's true. Next news story. Shady contracts, raw deals inside the industry of managing video game stars. This is by Cecilia D. Anastasio. I apologize if I mispronounced that name. It's a Wired article. Highly recommend you go ahead and read that as well. I didn't really include anything to talk about here. It's just a really good article. I found it, want to share it. So please read into there. There's a lot of info in there. We're in kind of uncharted territory here in terms of the ninjas, the Tim the Tap Mans, the Ewoks, all these bigger up and coming streamers as well. Video game icons, I guess you could say.
It's kind of weird right now with the video game icons because you saw Ninja and Shroud get their big deals, and then Mixer fell apart.
Yep.
And now you have Twitch, who it's all speculative, but one of the rumors going around is that they banned Doc just to get rid of his contract so they can make money for other people. That's why there's been no reason given. That's why it's been secretive, and why Doc has lawyers. And then you see a big creator like Doc not get signed anywhere. He's on YouTube freelancing, right? He's not signed to an exclusive deal, which I get it for like long term.
Yeah.
You want an exclusive deal, but he's still making bank just streaming on his own, which was the goal in the first place, right? Ninja and these streamers made pathway to have these exclusive deals, but there's got to be something freeing about Doc being able to stream on YouTube with no contract behind it, his own schedule, his own content. It's not tailored to what YouTube or Twitch is doing. So I don't know.
It's hard.
But yes, I'm curious. I'm actually going to read this article about these contracts and whatnot and what goes on.
Recommend it.
So
it's good stuff. Next up, Red Lobster announced what?
Yeah.
It's by Red Lobster. It's big, it's green, and it tastes even more incredible than it looks. Introducing the new Dew-Garita.
Dew Margarita?
It is a Mountain Dew margarita.
Vicky and I have a Red Lobster gift card. I might have to take a trip sometime soon.
Eat all of the like cheesy biscuit things that they have because I can't go there because of Natana shellfish. So
I could try to snag some for you.
That'd be great. You don't have to, but if you do go,
I'll see what I can do.
And you get that Dew-Garita, let me know how that is.
I mean, it's Dew related. I gotta try.
Oh yeah,
it, right?
that's why I included the show. Obviously,
I could just belly up to the bar there, right? Do they have a bar?
I imagine. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Because
Olive Garden is a fucking bar, for Christ's sake.
Right, and they're owned by the same company, so
I did not know that. Is that why they're located right next to each other in Oakdale?
I think so, most likely.
Huh, that makes sense, wouldn't it? It's funny. All right, PlayStation. Let's talk about it. PlayStation 5 launches in November, starting at $399 for the PS5 Digital Edition and $499 for the PS5 with Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive. That's the name of the article. This is by Jim Ryan, president of Sony, over on the PlayStation blog, and I quote. So here's like the super small Cliff Notes version. November 12th is the release date for US, Japan, Canada, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, and South Korea, with November 19th with the rest of the world asterisk. The PS5 Digital Edition, estimated retail price of $399, and the standard PS5 with a disc drive, estimated retail price of $499. A couple excerpts from the article include: we know that the PS4 community will transition to PS5 at different times, and we're happy to announce that PS4 versions of some of our exclusives, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, and Horizon Forbidden West, will also launch on PS4. While these 3 games were designed to take advantage of PS5 and its unique next-gen features like the ultra-high-speed SSD and DualSense controller, PS4 owners will also be able to enjoy these experiences when they launch. The PS4 digital versions of the launch games will include a free upgrade on both PS5 consoles, while the PS4 disc version of these games will include a free upgrade on the PS5 with the fucking disc drive. Duh. For PlayStation Plus members, we'll have a special new offering on PlayStation 5. The PlayStation Plus Collection. Double asterisk. I did not include the asterisk information into this because it doesn't matter.
Okay.
PS5 owners with PlayStation Plus will be able to download and play a curated library of PS4 games that define the generation, like Batman Arkham Knight, Bloodborne, Fallout 4, God of War, Monster Hunter World, Persona 5, and many more. The PS Plus collection will be an added benefit to the existing PS4 benefits that PS Plus members receive for a single subscription price. PS5 launch day games from Sony Interactive Entertainment Worldwide Studios include Astro's Playroom, which is pre-installed on all PS5s, Demon's Souls, $69.99 US. Destruction All-Stars.
Wait, are these included?
These are launch titles.
Oh, launch titles.
These are launch titles for the console when it releases. Destruction All-Stars, $69.99 US. Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, $49.99 US. Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition, $69.99 US. And Sackboy: A Big Adventure, $59.99 US.
So there was some confusion with Miles Morales.
Yup.
Is it a full game?
Technically.
But not.
Yes.
I don't understand.
It is another story in the same universe. It's not DLC. It sounds like it's larger than an expansion. It is a full new experience.
Okay. But probably has the same mechanics as the last Spider-Man game.
Did you watch the gameplay?
A little bit, not much.
So I did not know this, but Miles Morales has powers.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is the added gameplay mechanic to it. But yeah. I don't know. I had a friend who would go to Red Lobster and tell the waitress, charge me for this entree, but only bring me those cheese baskets full. That's what Dave says. Dave also says, Demon's Souls, it looks so good. It did look really good. The point of the matter is I wanted to hit the $69.99 price tag on these games. It's real. It's happening. The question is whether or not Xbox will do the same thing. Because we don't know.
I get it, though, right? Technology has moved forward.
Oh, yeah. It should have been a bigger price years ago.
Yeah. It takes more to make these games than what it used to. So
takes more manpower, takes more money. Absolutely. It's just, we're finally seeing it, right? You had the 2K report come out that the new versions of the games will be $69.99. We talked about that a long time ago. But this is the first time we're seeing exclusive titles for a platform that are made by first-party studios, $69.99 US. Not all, but there you go. That's the thing that is happening. Pre-order issues. Sony stated as early as September 17th, 2020, but retailers actually put pre-orders up that same afternoon, which was the 16th, with no communication. Websites crashed, and stock was sold out in minutes. But Sony has now put out a statement. Let's be honest, PS5 pre-orders could have been a lot smoother. We truly apologize for that. Over the next few days, we'll release more PS5 consoles for pre-order. Retailers will share more details, and more PS5s will be available throughout the end of the year. There you go. And that was a fucking shit show. So after the Sony event that took place on the 16th, right? Jeff Keighley was the one who tweeted about the potential pre-order being the next day. It was Jeff Keighley who tweeted out the launch lineup of the games. It was Jeff Keighley who tweeted out that, wait, I'm hearing reports that retailers might sell later today. It was Jeff Keighley who tweeted all that. Wasn't Sony. Wasn't retailers. Nothing. I trust Jeff. He was right, obviously. Yeah. I trusted him before he was right. But it was Jeff that was tweeting it out. Walmart appeared to be the first culprit. And they didn't put anything out until after and said, oh, looks like, hey, here you go. Why wait? And then every other retailer followed suit, staggered intervals of time. Nobody tweeted out when things were available, basically, until after things were already sold out. And that was that. Sites crashed just straight up, and it was bad. It was very bad. So with Sony's statement, I really do hope that everyone who wants one gets an opportunity to get one. The fun didn't stop there, Will. Because the next day, the day that they were supposed to go available for pre-order, we had the NVIDIA RTX 3080 graphics card pre-order fiasco as well. So pre-orders allegedly were to go live the morning of September 17th, according to Newegg. It was Newegg who tweeted this out. They are an e-tailer who would sell the 3080. NVIDIA did not release a statement, but regardless, that time was real, and the stock sold out within literal seconds, allegedly due to bots. Buyers claimed to never have even seen an add to cart option, but instead immediately stating sold out. That was on Amazon, Best Buy, Newegg, NVIDIA's website, maybe others as well that were selling. For those who got it at Micro Center, apparently Micro Center was not selling them on their website. Instead, they had a limited stock for each store. And from what I heard online is that they let people know how many they had for those who were lined up. People tried to buy other people's spots in line, naturally.
Oh, yeah.
But those who were within that line that had the allocated stock did get one. Those are the only confirmed instances of I know that that people got them in hand. Every online instance, I've not seen a single person say they got one yet. Buying online. Besides scalpers, but that's besides the point. That was a shit show. Also, NVIDIA has not provided a statement. So there's that I found. I think they may have said something in regards to like we're continuing giving them to e-tailers and whatnot throughout the week.
That's all I saw as well. Is they did say something of they'll continue to provide stock.
So there you go. But that was a nightmare.
Yeah. Worried about the next few cards that release now too. What are they going to do to prevent bots? You know?
Are they going to do anything? So Xbox had fun with this whole scenario. Okay. Pre-order Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S starting Tuesday, September 22nd. This is by Will Tuttle of Xbox. Next week, beginning September 22nd, you'll be able to pre-order both the Series X, our most powerful console ever made, and the Series S, our smallest console ever, delivering next-generation performance at a more affordable price. Series S and X will be available in 37 countries on November 10th and 41 countries by this holiday, You can secure your place in the next generation by pre-ordering the Series X at $499 or the Series S at $299, or for a low monthly price through Xbox All Access, or grab them both if that's your thing. Beginning on September 22nd, you'll be able to pre-order Xbox Series X and S online at the following retailers. United States, 8 a.m. Pacific time. So they include the times for each region. Microsoft Store, Amazon, Best Buy, GameStop, Walmart, Target, Sam's Club, Newegg, and other participating retailers. The list continues. Canada, 8 a.m. Pacific time. UK, 8 a.m. BST. Australia, 8 a.m. EST. And New Zealand, 8 a.m. NZST. Again, all the retailers are included in the Google Doc of the show to the show. But yeah, Microsoft had fun with this, and they said, don't worry, we'll let you know the exact time that you can get your pre-order in as well. And also, they put out another statement. I didn't include it in here. I forgot to. They said that retailers that break that embargo will get less stock. Straight up. So, kind of cool. It's funny, though, that for as long as Microsoft has been getting kicked in the ass, from previous generation.
Yeah.
They finally got yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
No fanboy shit. I'm just saying it's funny because with the sports and TV, with the original Xbox One and hey, if you want to play games on a disc or whatever, if you want to share games, we have a console. It's called the 360.
Yeah.
Getting away from all that, Phil Spencer coming in, kind of rebuilding everything, and then Sony having the biggest fucking blunder with pre-orders, and Microsoft coming like, yeah. Yeah. NVIDIA didn't have a capture on their website, so bought all the 3080s in 8 seconds. Yeah, that's and yes, NVIDIA, they did say that they're looking into the bots purchases as well and looking into each and every order, and then they're hoping to get them into actual people's hands. So, here's hoping. I would like one. Pre-orders with Xbox All Access will not be available in Canada, France, Poland, and South Korea on September 22nd, but the program will be available in these countries before the Series X and S launch this holiday. We'll have more details to share soon. So there's that. Will, are you going to try to get one? A pre-order?
An Xbox?
Yeah.
Or no?
You're going to try to get a PlayStation?
Eventually.
Okay.
I probably won't have it on release day.
Sure.
I'm going for the card, the 3070.
Okay.
Who knows if I'll actually get one?
Or like Dave said, hopefully they put a fucking captcha on there.
Right. Well, they're probably also going to release it midweek, and I'm going to be at work, which is going to suck. So trying to order something on a mobile phone is always rough.
Are you able to bring that with you?
I can't connect to work's Wi-Fi though.
Shit.
I could
mobile hotspot.
My phone doesn't do it. It's not enabled. I'd have to pay more through AT&T's a bitch with mobile hotspots. I hate it.
Fuck you, AT&T.
But yeah, I honestly thought about going and getting, because I can put a SIM card in this.
Okay.
Putting a SIM card in it just to have internet, everything available everywhere. Mm-hmm. So I thought that would be pretty cool. But then I'm paying for an extra phone line a month.
True.
So we'll see. I'm at the point where I think I'm going to pay off, because I'm just going to pay off my phone and possibly switch carriers eventually. Just because AT&T has been kind of a bitch lately.
Understandable.
Either way. And maybe what I'm really hoping is that the iPhone 12, maybe T-Mobile has the sign up with us now and get a free iPhone 12.
Sure.
When you purchase another one, so I can get, because I pay for my mom's phone because just helping her out.
Yeah.
And I think we've always gotten her, she's never needed a giant smartphone or anything crazy. So we've always gotten her the lower budget ones.
Sure.
I think for her to have a brand new phone would be really cool. So
I think she'd like that.
Experience a full top end phone release,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Will.
Yeah.
That's all I got for COD and Other Games Watch.
Okay.
It's time for Will's Adventures with it. Fuck that. Will's Adventures with the Layovers. Other Games. What'd you play?
So Dave, I'm just gonna give Dave some information here. So he's been.
Oh, you're gonna shit on his life now?
No.
I'll shit on his life.
He's been commenting in the Discord Will's Adventures in the SVP program. So
yeah, what do you got?
Nothing. So here's what's been going on. Wedding, freaking honeymoon. I've been back, and basically all that's going on in the SVP is they run 8s every once in a while. Oh, actually, they run 8s a lot, but it's always at 10 o'clock at night. It's late night Halo, which has been known for Halo players, right?
True.
Not really for me.
Okay.
The times they're playing, I'm just not able to play.
Sure.
They have been talking about revamping the program. So I think while they're going through that, I'm not seeing a lot of help from the coaches and whatnot. And I haven't been asking for it either. So it's my fault too. Also, there's a heavy focus. The SVP has their own teams, right, of coaches that play, of the top tier players that play, and the focus seems to be more on them.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones getting the help, which I get. They're competing. They have video to go over. You know what I mean? So they're the focus of the group.
Yeah.
What are you?
No, for the record, I am fully listening to what you were saying. I'm also checking on football stuff.
Oh.
Kirk Cousins threw 3 interceptions already.
Yep.
Oh my God. Can we get rid of him now? Is that can we? I'll take Mitch Trubisky at this point. Fuck it. At least he ain't gonna fucking throw 3 interceptions in a goddamn game.
He's terrible. Jesus. So yeah, not much has been going on with me in the Spartan SVP program.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't know. I'm kind of waiting to see what they do for their next iteration, for their announcement, whatever they're coming up with.
Sure.
Also, they have like locked channels in there, like it's like SVP2 discussion, and I can get in all of them for some reason. So
sounds like you got to be like fucking.
I got like access I think I'm not supposed to have. I can join any of the voice channels that are like locked or not. So yeah, just a heads up if anyone from SVP is listening. I have full access to your Discord.
Jesus. Dave says, I'm waiting on both systems. If I see a cool bundle, I might buy it. Maybe a cool infinite design one. That would be cool. That would be cool.
All right. So there's the SVP stuff out of the way that Dave's been asking for.
Yes.
H5 and MCC community play date.
Yep.
Spell break. We tried it out as part of our Wednesdays with J&J.
Wednesdays BJs.
Yeah. Spell break. It's interesting. It's a little different.
Yeah. I need to get more accustomed to the controls.
It's weird.
It is.
It's like you got your QE and then left and right click for attacks and I watched a couple streamers play it and they've run into people consistently and are like, oh yeah, this guy's on all the time. He's a god at the game already. Like there's people out there that are.
Sure. I mean, it's understandable.
Yeah.
Any game can be like that.
And I'm not sure if there's skill-based matchmaking in that.
Why did you bring that up? No, it's funny you bring that up.
There's been a lot of conversation.
That's the topic next week.
Yep.
Is skill-based matchmaking because we'll talk about it next week.
So yeah, but no, Spell Break was fun.
Yeah.
It's different. It's Spell Break, Dave. It's on Epic Game Store for free, and it's like a
full free
wizard battle royale where you can float around and cast spells depending on what gauntlets you pick up. And
somebody said it's like Avatar: The Last Airbender, but a battle royale.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
It's neat.
But it was something different. We tried it out. We got to the end a few times, just couldn't ever clutch a game. We came in second once.
Because I'm fucking bad. That's what it was.
I'm bad too.
Not as bad as me. I promise you on that front.
It's Realm Royale. No, it's different. It's a little different.
It's Spell Break.
Yeah, it's its own game.
Its own goddamn game. Next thing we're gonna say is PUBG's Apex Legends. Good Lord. They're completely different. It's not different enough. What the fuck are you talking about? It is.
There's no mounts. You can fly. You can get different like
the map is more barren.
It is.
That's my biggest complaint about that game so far with Spellbreak is that the map is just fucking barren.
True. I'm trying to think because like if there's certain abilities that would play to being in closer quarters. I think it would be too hectic with all the different spells in close quarters.
Sure. So just because they use the same design for armor, they're the same?
Same design.
I mean, they're completely different games. It's the same. I mean,
you
same
have
thing
to,
about Halo.
Yeah, you have
different games.
Yeah.
Continue, Will.
Anyway, Rogue Company, we played as well that was a lot of fun at the end.
Oh man, that game is fun.
I think we found out we're better at the S&D game mode than the respawn game mode.
And then when you get matched up against a good team, holy fuck.
Well, yeah, that one makes me feel like there's some skill-based matchmaking, but
not enough.
It was polar opposites, right? We would either win like 6-1 or 6-2, or we'd get demolished 6-1, 6-2. So, and then we played Among Us on Friday with everyone. Dave dipped out early and never came back. Where the fuck you go, Dave? We were waiting on you. I moved you.
Fuck you, Dave.
After like 2 hours, I just moved you out of the voice channel because you were in there but not there. No, it was a fun time. We talked about it before the show.
That was a lot of fun.
I only got imposter once, and I got stuck because the other imposter got kicked out pretty early.
Oh, no.
And I was trying to get kills and whatnot, and like everyone like kind of suspected me. Catsio, sure. Not a good enough reason.
Fucking cats, bro.
So like everyone just stayed together in a group, and I'm like, I can't.
That's what happened to me when I was imposters. Everyone stuck together.
Yeah,
and I'm like, shit, I can't do anything now.
Yep. And like I was like following them around, pretending to do a task, and then I did have an opportunity. I just realized I didn't take it. They were all doing the O2 button at the same time.
So multi-kill?
Well, it doesn't give you a multi-kill, but they call it a stack kill. So you when you all sit in the same spot, you can't tell who's who. So you can kill, and it just a body flops over, then you all move away, and there's a body there. So I really needed, like, there was some suspicion on Jordan because they were like, oh yeah, Jordan, where were you during that last round? So I could have killed, self-reported, and been like, yo, Jordan just killed on the stack. I saw it. And then, but then once Jordan got voted out, they know it's me. So
yeah. Dave said he left so it was fair.
Oh, no. I mean, we needed you to counter freaking Rage, man. Rage More Nerd knew what the fuck he was doing in that game.
Yep.
Using the vents properly, making good call-outs. I think all of us need to learn the map a little better because that would have made, like... That's the thing when you're watching Lupo or the Ninja play it, they know the map so well.
I could have been cheating then.
Why?
So whoever posted the picture of the map in the Discord, I just had that up in a separate, at a monitor.
Right.
Because I didn't know where the fuck I was. So I would when people were asking questions, I would just retrace my steps on the map. Like I knew the room I was in at the end, but I'd have to look and be like, oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't think that's cheating because it's not like.
Well, part of it kind of is because you can't bring up the map when you're
playing the game or when you're talking.
Yeah, when you're talking.
You just have to remember where you were.
Right. So, yeah. Dave said he posted it. So yeah, I'll take responsibility if that's not something that people normally do.
Joey had it up too, I know.
Okay.
So I mean,
I was just learning.
Yeah, it's about learning the map.
Yeah, Dave says it's not cheating. Most people weren't used to the game. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's it. Like there should almost be like a practice mode, right, where you can walk around the ship.
Sure.
And there is, but the tasks aren't where they normally are. They're just all in the middle for you to practice the tasks.
Got it.
I'm like, no, put the tasks like
where they normally are.
Yeah, so you can know, oh, the leaf pulling thing is in oxygen, and then the dump is down in storage, which I'm starting to learn. So I feel a little proud of myself. But
Jesus,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. That game's rad.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We need to get more lobbies together because I feel like the more we get to learn the game, the more fun it's going to be with people trying to lie or get away with things. And it was, yeah. If Rage and you used it, that's cheating. Sure, I could see that because you guys have 20 hours in the game and know what the fuck you're doing. All right, and then Modern Warfare. Played some Warzone with some people. Leveling guns still. I'm working on the Kilo and AK right now. I got the gold skin on my Ram.
Nice.
So
congratulations.
Yeah. I spent a day and just did all the freaking tasks, and it took forever. And then Joey and I played in a gunfight tournament. We took second.
Nice job.
The thing I don't like about the gunfight tournament is it's a random map every time. Everything you play. So it was kind of funny because the first two maps I didn't know at all, and we dominated 6-1, 6-2.
The last map you played, you knew?
The last map, yep. I knew it's speedball. It's like the paintball looking course. And the thing that bugged me is that the last one, or actually everything we had was controller players. And the guns that we were using, in the finals, you start with random guns. So we had like pistols, single shot weapons, but not like snipers, more like the EBR, which is pop, 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 pop.
Yeah,
pop.
like a DMR type. Yeah.
That plays more
rifle.
That plays more to a controller player because of auto aim.
Sure.
Pistols, auto aim. We went down 3-0 right away in rounds because I don't want to blame it on auto aim, but it felt like there was fights where if they didn't have it, they wouldn't have hit that last shot or something, and it would have turned then a 2-on-1 situation, and we would have had advantage. I hate to blame it on that, but we kind of we didn't do well on that last map. It's a map we've despised since the start of Gunfight, of Modern Warfare.
Okay.
And it just sucks we got that map in the finals.
But you got second. That's something to slouch at.
Yeah. We got a little emblem and a calling card for it for
Nice.
playing, and yeah. Anyway,
That's
I felt
awesome.
we should have won.
Shoulda.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Next time.
Taking
home the dub.
All right, Josh. Looks
Yes.
like your list is almost the same.
Almost. So yeah, Halo 5 and MCC for the community played it. It was a fun time, as always. Rogue Company. I still like that game. I think that game's fun as fuck.
Yeah.
Running as a squad is really awesome. I found my new main bitch.
Scorch.
Yep, I like Scorch. Fire!
You're really good with that shotgun.
Yeah, that shotgun's overpowered as fuck. Like, I'm just going to straight up say it.
Is it the double shot one? Like 2 shots and then reload?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the counter to it, is that you have to reload it after 2 shots, but those 2 shots hit.
Yeah, so if I think they do like 50 damage, 55 damage per hit. So yeah, you get, or if you get like a headshot, it could probably be 60.
Yeah, and it's a 1 shot down when at close range, obviously.
Yeah, the closer, there's actually damage fall off.
Yep,
So.
and then if they're just a little bit ways away, it's just 2 shots and they're down. So it's dumb. And then that range is stupid.
Yeah, so I mean, you're good on one-on-one fights.
Yeah.
It's when I feel like that last map we played, we kept getting just squeezed wherever we were. We couldn't. Yeah. Anyway.
Spellbreak. Like I said, my one complaint about that game is that the map is just too barren.
So you generally don't like BRs.
Correct. Generally.
Apex you were fine with because of
I like Apex a lot.
The Titanfall movement and the shooting.
And I always feel like there's even when you're not in a fight, there's something interesting either going on or there's someplace to go to get loot. In Spellbreak, there is so much downtime.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not dropping in hot zones, but we've dropped in like areas that are supposed to have good shit.
Yeah, with mana pools and whatnot.
And is it because the player size is smaller? It's not 100 player BR.
Right. It's only like 60.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe?
I think it's 60.
I don't remember. But yeah. But from a BR experience.
Yeah.
That you generally don't like, how did you enjoy it, I guess is my question.
I like it. I think the powers are cool. The elemental powers are cool. I think that a lot of tweaking needs to take place because I think the poison slows you too much.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're caught in the middle of a poison, you're fucked, basically.
Yeah. And I honestly think like squad composition could factor a lot too, because
absolutely.
We were telling you, and we didn't really get to experience much when we were all playing together, but when Jordan and I were playing together, I would throw a wind tornado and then a fireball, and it would make the wind tornado into a fire tornado. Like there's combinations.
So it has like emergent gameplay factor to it.
There's like combinations like that we don't even know about yet that can happen.
That's really cool.
So I kind of want to experiment and play more with that game.
Sure, I'm down.
Because, but yeah, there was a lot of downtime. There was
That's what it felt like.
Yep. There would be instances where we'd land in the first zone and maybe kill one squad, right? There might be a squad there. And then we'd move to the next zone. And we just keep moving until like the final area where everyone's just fighting each other. And it gets too chaotic.
There's like at least 10 to 15 people in the final circle.
Yeah. It gets too chaotic to where like so many spells are hitting that you don't know what's yours. You don't know what's theirs. You don't know what the fuck is going on. It's hectic.
The other thing is that I'm upset that, not upset, a couple more inconveniences. There's no revive option. So, and usually in a typical common BR now, you have a revive system.
Fortnite has a reboot card, buybacks or gulag in Warzone.
Yep, exactly. So you see these things more, they're in traditional BRs at this point. It's not in there, but hopefully it comes at some point. I think it'd be nice to have another opportunity to come back and help a teammate.
Is it? It might still be beta.
Oh, yeah, I think so. And then the other thing, too, is that I think health is scarce.
Yeah.
So I think the map is barren. Having more locations, more buildings, more opportunities for better gameplay, I guess you could say. More opportunity because it's just, yeah. And then Dave says Stone feels too strong. Agreed. That's a common consensus amongst the community, it seems. Yeah, the game just needs tweaking. It's not fully out yet, like you said. I don't think it's fully out yet, and work needs to be done. But I had a fun time. I'll still play it. Absolutely. Super Mario 3D All Stars. The camera in Super Mario 64 is still bad, but it's fun. And Super Mario Galaxy is a shit ton of fun on that. And the game that I was most excited to play, I still haven't launched yet. I haven't launched Sunshine. But
all right.
It's a fun time so far. And then we played Among Us. And I won as imposter once, I think. Lost as imposter a few times. And yeah, that game's fun as shit. The one thing I will say is that Jordan played me like a goddamn fiddle. That was me moving this, yeah.
Yeah.
He purposely did not kill me so I would be on his side, and it worked because he had multiple opportunities to kill me and he never did, so I never thought it was him really. But it's funny because I should have stuck with my gut, because at the very beginning of that round, at the very beginning of that game, him and the other person who was the imposter, they were my suspects. I just had a feeling Jordan was one, but then the whole game played out as him never killing me when he had multiple opportunities, and it was him and Joey at the end. And I know it wasn't me, obviously. And I voted Joey off.
It was Jordan.
And I felt bad. But no, that game's fun as fuck. I'm excited to play more. Will, it's time for some shout-outs. Shout-outs to everyone who joined the community playdate. Both, technically. And then shout-outs to everyone who's followed and subbed during the live show, including Davey, Wavy, and Jordan. Got to trust your gut and information in front of you. Facts over friendships. Oh, agreed. And that's the thing, is just, I mean, it wasn't even a friendship deal. It was
the fact that, like,
he never killed me. He had multiple opportunities.
Jordan used you as an alibi the whole game.
He did. And it worked. It absolutely worked. Absolutely nothing to do with the friendship mentality. It was just he literally had multiple opportunities to end me, and he never did. And I was alone. Like, that's the thing. If I was close to somebody, I get it, but I wasn't. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Happy Halo anniversary to Halo Reach. For as much as I don't care for that title, it was its 10-year anniversary the other day. Happy belated birthday to Mickwin, and congratulations to Roy on becoming a father. Roy, I think he may have a boy.
He did have a boy.
So
I hope
that's Roy's boy.
Or yeah, just Roy's boy. Roy's boy.
That's Roy's boy, and Roy's our boy. Roy's got boy.
Yeah.
So there's that. Community creations, Halo memes every day. Check them out. You know what it is. Clips of the week number 72 by High Tech Redneck will go live more than likely tomorrow. We have Step of Your Game in the Most Hated Game Types. This is by San. Does a little in-depth dive on Oddball. We have a Halo Community Spotlight by Snickerdoodle. We have the Halo Mole release date announcement. This is by the Halo Mole. And don't miss the series premiere of the Halo Mole on October 3rd, 2020 at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and 7 p.m. BST. I'm going to yawn. I'm sorry. What the Halo Mole is, according to the trailer, it's a reality TV show in a machinima. It's where competitors, it's like 16 competitors, I believe, like go through obstacles and whatnot. And the goal is to find out who the mole is. There's one person. Yeah, it's like Among Us.
There used to be a TV show called The Mole.
Well, there you go. It's the Halo Mole.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. Watch that if you're able to. Make a paper Xbox Series X and S. This is by Xbox.
Don't try to connect your controllers.
If you're interested in making a scale replica, like a 2-scale replica of a Series X and Series S to see how it fits in your entertainment system, you can go ahead and do so. Print it out, cut it out. I thought it was the funniest thing, but I'm like,
yeah, that's something.
Well, it's funny because the PlayStation 5 is fucking huge. So being able to get cutouts and like, see if they fit, that's kind of cool.
Slide this here.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. And then finally, what happened today, how proper execution made the best Halo team give up. It's by Halo. This is by Paradise Halo. It's a Halo 3 video. Please go ahead and check that out as well. Will, I was going to say, I said I was going to include something about Halo 4, right? Well, I have that thing. So, Brian Makes Games. Somebody put out a tweet. Suburbanite slob. I'm not trying to call you out. Okay. There is a trend that's like the 4 games that you like that you don't think other people would like, or whatever, that you think you like more than others, whatever it may be, like those 4 pictures, or
Sure.
So it's one of those trends. And Suburbanite Slob put out, what are 4 games that you're pretty sure you like more than anyone else you know? And he or she put Star Wars Dark Forces, Roundabout, Left 4 Dead, and Halo 4. Brian Makes Games added me as a reply and said, JK Fire would like a word, Halo 4. Suburbanite said, in a good way or bad way? Brian replied, oh, in a good way for sure. The man is basically a living meme at this point. And then Suburbanite said, haha, good. Every time I play Halo 4 multiplayer, convinces me that it might be the best in the series. Almost didn't want to include that comment because I know people are probably like, but like, it's a person's opinion.
Sure.
Fuck you, Brian. I do like Halo 4's multiplayer, but it is what it is.
It's good stuff. What are you looking at? You just have a surprised look on your face right now.
Courtney Cronin on Twitter stated, when Vikings offense next takes the field, Cousins will start the series with a 0.0 passer rating.
Yep.
Barring come from behind win in the fourth quarter, any big numbers Cousins puts up here needs to be explained with context. Too much, they scored 34 last week without mentioning Green Bay was in preventive defense. Yeah.
So here's the stat line through the third quarter. Cousins, 6 for 20 for 59 yards and 3 interceptions.
The score is 3-25 right now.
Yeah.
3-25. I'm glad we're not watching this.
I know. I'd be yelling.
Wow, Cousins.
I'm glad we extended his contract.
It's so bad.
I didn't want him in the first place. God damn it.
I didn't want him either. We should have tanked for Trevor Lawrence.
Well, we're going to tank this year, so God damn. Not on purpose.
Oh my God, think about that. Holy shit, think about that. Our schedule is one of the hardest in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this game was a winnable one for us.
Oh, me too.
Holy shit, if we don't turn it around. I'm all for winning. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't want to lose. We could get one of the best collegiate QB prospects ever if we get the first overall pick.
But are we going to sign a QB with Cousins?
Why the fuck not? Get rid of his ass.
Because we're going to do a dumb move where we sign like an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman because that's what's hurting this year.
It hurts every year.
It does.
No. Oh my God. Okay, so the real question is, can we be worse? Can we be worse than Miami? And can we be worse than Jacksonville? Can we be worse than Detroit? Oh, man. Can we be worse than the Giants and the Jets? Dude, we have to be worse than a lot of teams here, okay? What is it? Is it 17 games in the regular season? 16 or 17? Okay. Hashtag tank for Trevor. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
We're tanking for Trevor Lawrence. Well, last year was hashtag tank for Tua. And Miami got Tua.
Yeah.
Think about that. We could have a really good quarterback. Like for once. Since okay, let's continue. That's all I got, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Will, without further ado, since we are at the tail end of the show, please plug the show.
Find us on your favorite podcast services. Just search for HCS Pro Talk. We're on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher, Spotify, and others as well.
Pocket Cast!
Let us know about the show. Join the Discord, join the community discussion. A lot of organization stuff going on in there with, getting play dates together, topic discussion together, whatever.
Stay tuned for whenever Will decides that the next Among Us play date's going to be.
Okay.
I'm putting that in your hands.
Right.
It was awesome.
All
Had a great time.
We need a full squad this time and for people to stick around because that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
We have our Xbox Club and Spartan Company. They're still there. HCS Pro Talk. Look it up.
Look it up.
On the socials, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. If you want to account YouTube and Twitch, that's where you can find us. If you just search HCS Pro Talk, and then eSportspedia page, and we have our own website, hcsprotalk.com. Go check it all out. Merch is available there. If you want to buy an HCS Pro Talk mug or shirt.
You could do that.
Could. That you could.
You could do that.
There you go.
I recommend you do that. Give us money. Deadbolt, thank you for being here.
Yep.
And thank you for the comment. Greatly appreciate it.
We do have our after show for the live video where we go over stupid puns and jokes.
They are stupid. I'm glad you agree with that.
And just chat for a little bit. So
we do, especially with this shit show of a Vikings game, which I'd rather not watch. So it's 3-25.
All right.
Wow.
Should have played the Colts defense this week. I have them.
Do you?
Yeah.
You should check what they're at right now.
17 points. 3 interceptions and a safety.
I forgot you said he got a safety too. God, we're bad. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for episode 145 of HCS Pro Talk. I want to thank you very much for listening. I want to thank you very much for watching. Like I said, the topic for next week's show is going to be skill-based matchmaking. We're going to talk about it. I think people are blowing things out of proportion. And Leffen, who is a Super Smash Brothers pro, put out a statement that I actually really agree with. So we're going to talk about skill-based matchmaking next week. Bring your thoughts. Try to keep things civil, please. And I'm excited to. I personally, I'm just going to say this. Personally, I'm in the mindset that I think I like it more than I dislike it. But I really want to hear what people have to say who are on the boat of no, it's not that great of a thing. So I want to get those viewpoints as well. Bring your viewpoints for next week's show. Skill-based matchmaking should be a good discussion. Guys, it's going to do it for episode 145. Thank you very much again for listening and watching and all the fun stuff. We'll catch you next week where we're going to talk about some more things. Hopefully a lot more Halo-related things, but we'll just have to wait and see. But until then, bye-bye!
All right, on to the after show.
After show! Oh! Fucking suck! Woo!
I'm going to go burn this shirt. No, just kidding.
You know, I thought to myself, sure, we lost some great people. But you know what? Like we were talking about before, Stephon Diggs could have been more of a headache than needed. So probably good that he went to a different team, right? We lost some veteran defensive talent, but you know what? Sometimes having veteran defensive talent against up-and-coming wide receivers and running backs who are faster than you, sometimes it's nice to have a younger talent on defense too. Mixed in with the veterans, to teach them the way. But man, does it feel like we are not good at all.
Yeah.
Every year we complain about our O-line. Let's be real. Every year we do. And every year they're like, don't worry, we drafted people. We're going to be better. Not great. We're going to be better at O-line. What the fuck happened? All right. Jokes and puns. Will, would you like me to start this week?
Go for it.
Dad, my tablet's battery's dead. Well, we better go bury it then.
Except for Monday?
Yeah. I think we did that last week too.
A man knocked on my door and asked for a small donation for a local swimming pool, so I gave him a glass of water.
One of my coworkers made the joke about peed in the pool.
You peeing it first?
Yeah. I like it. Rivers are so lazy, they never get out of their beds.
I decided to become a professional fisherman, but discovered that I couldn't live on my net income.
What is a missionary's favorite car?
I don't care.
A convertible.
The librarian didn't know what to do with the book about Tesla's love of electricity, so he filed it under current affairs.
Thought it was clever.
That one's decent. Decently clever.
When I'm sad, I like to make pork roast. That way, I have a shoulder to cry on.
Okay.
Clever too, right?
Yeah.
Not great, but, you know.
This joke has been so overdone.
Oh, I know.
If a child refuses to sleep during nap time, are they guilty of resisting arrest? Get out of here.
How did the monster cure his sore throat?
Drink some fucking honey. I don't know.
He spent all day gargoyling.
Thanks for explaining the word many to me. It means a lot.
For the weekend.
Yeah.
Potato puns are a little tricky. You need to stew on them a little. You can't just russet. Wow.
I saw an ad for burial plots and thought to myself, this is the last thing I need.
I kind of like
That
that.
one's okay.
Shit. Oh, no. See, it's the ones that are dark. You know?
Yeah.
That's the real shit right there. The ones that are dark, I'm all for it. That was good. I liked that one. That was clever. I did enjoy that. Oh. What do you got going on the rest of the day, Will?
I don't know.
Well, all right.
What about yourself?
Got homework to do. Fuck me, right? Yeah, it's legitimately it. We're going to go grocery shopping after the Vikings game. Then, yeah.
All right.
Got homework to do. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Hope you like the jokes and puns. Or I hope you didn't like them because I fucking hate them. But that's whatever. Hit registration update for Halo 3 this week, technically. Xbox pre-orders this week. Maybe some more 3080 stock coming in. Who knows? Always good. Love you, Dave. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for the after show. Thanks again for hanging out. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And playdate for Firefight ODST.
On console?
I'm down to...
Is it included? Do you have to pay for it?
It's included in ODST.
Didn't you have to buy ODST extra, though?
Yeah. Do you not have?
No, I didn't do that.
Okay. We'll see.
I never played it.
We'll see.
If you guys want to do it, really, like we talked about, MCC is not my thing as much.
Sure.
So
it's understandable.
If you guys want to play it, go for it.
Sleep on it? Okay. I'm down to give it a shot. ODST Firefight is pretty fun. It's only 4-player anyway. It's a true statement. All right. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. A lot of cool stuff this week, though. A lot of cool stuff happening.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. Guys, thanks again for hanging out. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Hope you have a great week. And we'll catch you on Tuesday for the community playdate. And that's all I got. Till next time, guys. Again, bye-bye.